Chapter 362. Whoosh. In an instant, Lin Rei jumped out of the water and came to the shore. As he had a celestial artifact, the water was not wet at all. Only his hair was a little wet, but at this moment, it showed Lin Rei's handsome image. Hee, we have a great harvest this time. I didn't expect the small city lord of Yenkue City to have so many things. Hee, but in the end, he still gave them to us. Looking at Jian Feng and the rest, Lin Rei smiled and said to them, "Here, go and pack up all the treasures here. In the future, use them as rewards for the disciples of the faction." As he spoke, dozens of storage rings turned into a ray of light and disappeared into the hands of Jian Feng and the rest. "Yes, we will follow the sect leader's orders." After receiving Lin Rei's order, the middle-aged people took the storage rings in their hands and began to spread out in all directions. They began to search for the treasures that the city lord had left here. Needless to say, the things in Yenshan were not ordinary. Just with these things alone, it was enough to form a team of a medium-sized faction. With everyone working together, it wasn't long before everyone came to Linley with a storage ring in hand. They respectfully handed it over to Linley. "We were fortunate enough to complete the mission given to us by the sect leader." Ha! Looking at the dozens of storage rings, he did not hesitate to take them and put them in the system. At this moment, he did not have the time to check what was in the storage rings. "Let's go. At this moment, I am in a very good mood. Let's go out and see what is special about Yenkue City." As he spoke, Lin Rei led the way to the surface. At this moment, the place where the treasures had appeared was now in tatters. There was nothing left. "Sect leader, I will go to the Array Formation Guild later to verify my Array Formation Master level. Is that okay?" At this moment, Lin Rei and the rest had already reached the surface. Suddenly, Zhu Chenxi, who was behind them, came forward and asked Lin Rei. "Oh? Array Formation Guild? What is that place?" At this moment, Lin Rei was full of doubts. This was the first time he had heard of the Array Formation Guild. However, after hearing it, he was interested. Since it could verify the Array Formation Master level. It wasn't just Lin Rei. Other than Jian Feng, everyone else gathered around, wanting to know where the Array Formation Guild was. Could it be that Sect Master doesn't know about the Array Guild? Could it be that Sect Master hasn't judged the ranks of the Array Guild? Zhu Chenxi cried out in surprise. Her eyes were filled with disbelief. She did not expect that such a powerful array had not been judged by the Array Formation Association. That meant that no one knew about it. Well, to be honest, before I met you, I just came up from the lower realm, so I don't know much about the things in the immortal realm. Also, I don't know much about the Array Guild in the lower realm. I have been cultivating in the lower realm, so I don't know much about these things. Ugh. At this moment, Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi were stunned on the spot. Their mouths were wide open and the corners of their mouths were twitching slightly. Their eyes were filled with disbelief. Just came up from the lower realm. Isn't that migration? How is this possible? How is it possible to let a sect, with tens of thousands of people, go through the heavenly tribulations at the same time and place? How courageous is this? At this moment, Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi were thinking in their hearts. They had never heard of anyone who could lead a sect to the immortal realm. This was the first time they had heard of it. Hee, sect leader, it seems that we still know little about you. Sect leader's great achievements have never appeared even in the immortal realm. Right now, it had to be said that the amount of adoration the two of them felt for Linley was like a never-ending river. Hee, well, let's find a place to stay on the way. Then we can talk about it slowly. After saying that, Lin Rei led them out of the city governor's mansion. After asking passers-by, he learned that there was an immortal brew house in Yenkue City. Then he led them straight to the immortal brew house. On the way, Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi still had not recovered from Lin Rei's information. Lin Rei in front of them also came to the Immortal Brew House while talking and laughing. Looking at the signboard above his head, Lin Rei walked into the Immortal Brew House with a smile. "Young master, what would you like to order? Our immortal brew is very authentic. What would you like to drink?" As soon as he entered the door, a waiter hurriedly greeted him and asked Lin Rei. His actions were very attentive. "Hee, we're sitting by the window. It's a little crowded. Find a bigger place for us and serve us the best things you have here. All the signboards will do. That's all. If there's a need, we'll call you." "Ah, okay, young master, this way. This is the biggest place in our shop. It is enough to seat all of you." After knowing Lin Rei's request, the waiter led Lin Rei and the others to the table by the window and left to the back to serve the dishes. "Come, sit down. We are not in the sect now. There is no need to be so restrained." After saying that, Lin Rei sat down. As soon as Lin Rei finished speaking, Lin Wanyu came to Lin Rei's side without saying a word. She grabbed his arm and intimately leaned against Lin Rei's side. You, how old are you now? Why are you still like when you were young?" Looking at his eldest disciple, Lin Rei was very helpless. However, there was nothing he could do. Anyway, Lin Rei himself was already used to it. "Yes, we will follow your orders." After saying that, Jian Feng and the others sat down quietly. At this time, the atmosphere began to become awkward. "Chenxi, tell me about the Guild of the Immortal World." Looking at the situation, Lin Rei quickly asked Zhu Chenxi about the guild. He wanted to use this matter to break the awkward situation. "Yes, Sect Master. Actually, the Immortal World doesn't only have the Formation Guild. There is also the Alchemy Guild, the Talisman Guild, and the Refining Guild. However, these 4 guilds are not recorded in the history of the Immortal World. This is because their existence is very mysterious. No one knows how long they have been passed down. No one knows how powerful they are. Even the top sects of the Immortal World don't know about them." "Oh, so that's how it is." After hearing Zhu Chenxi's words, Lin Rei finally understood why he didn't see them in the jade slip he bought from the crystal clear water pavilion. Moreover, each guild is very powerful. As long as you become a formation master, you can join the Formation Guild. They are only a nominal member of the guild. There are no restrictions. At the same time, they will also help you find things that you can't find. They can also let you sell your things in the guild. After listening to Zhu Chenxi's words, Lin Rei became even more aware that this kind of guild was a must for him to join. After all, there were many dangers in the immortal world that he wasn't familiar with. It was impossible for them to appear at any time. "Alright, no need to say any more. I will go with you to the Formation Guild tomorrow. We will also go to the Alchemy Guild while we are at it." After making his decision, Lin Rei informed everyone present. Soon after, they began to eat. While they were talking, the dishes and immortal wine were already on the table. However, they didn't pay attention to what they were talking about, and Lin Rei didn't know how to eat. As an inner disciple of his sect, it was even harder for him to eat. Chapter 363. Since they had already decided, there was no way to change it. After discussing it, everyone began to eat the dishes on the table. As they ate, they talked about some interesting things they had seen and heard on the way. The sky outside gradually darkened. As night fell, a gust of cold wind blew in from the window, causing the somewhat drunk Lin Rei to instantly wake up. "Hiss, hee, I didn't expect the wine here to be so awesome. It can even make me, a immortal monarch, drunk. When I leave, I must bring more with me." The sober Lin Rei looked at the wine in his hand and was overjoyed. The wine he drank in the past was like drinking water, but this time, he was truly drunk. Raising his head, he saw that out of the dozen or so people who were originally drinking, only Bing was not drunk. Her eyes were looking out of the window and her cheeks were red. Perhaps it was because she had drunk wine, but the current Bing was especially charming. For a moment, Lin Rei was completely dazed. As for Bing, after sensing something strange, she turned her head and looked at her young master's current appearance. Her heart instantly raced and her face turned red. Cough cough, young master, what are you looking at? She pretended not to know, calmed herself down, and then asked Lin Rei. Oh, that, I want to say, there's no more wine. Go buy some wine, and then come out with me to see how the night view of Yinkue City is. Okay, I'll go now. She was very happy with her young master's invitation. The two of them were about to become husband and wife, but with the appearance of Jean Ling, everything changed. With that, Bing left her seat with a smile on her face and a rosy complexion, and went to the counter to buy wine. At this moment, Lin Rei looked at Bing's back and felt extremely guilty. He didn't know what to say. Boss, fill this gourd with Immortal Sky wine. Money is not a problem, as long as it's full. Bing came to the counter and took out a blue gourd with red lines and handed it to the boss. She also took out a lot of mid-grade spirit stones from her storage ring and placed them on the counter. It looked like there were over 10,000 of them. Ah. Alright, I'll fill it to the brim. However, are you sure that the spirit stones will be mine if I fill it to the brim? Looking at the wine gourd in his hand, the owner asked with uncertainty. There were so many unreasonable people in this world, and it was possible to meet all of them, so it was better to be safe than sorry. Not bad, but are you sure these spirit stones are enough to pay for the wine? Ice's question puzzled the boss. What did he mean by, is it enough? It was just a small gourd, and there were 10,000 mid-grade spirit stones in front of him. How could it not be enough? Enough, definitely enough. If there are no objections, this old man will go get the wine. Bing did not speak, and the boss walked in silently. Bing, who was in front of the counter, smiled. The horse gourd is an immortal artifact. Not to mention a 1,000-meter-long river, even if you filled the entire restaurant with all the wine inside, it still wouldn't be enough to fill it up, let alone the Immortal Sky brew that I want. At this moment, Bing's face was full of playfulness, and after the boss heard Bing's words, he would not go into the sea anymore. Time passed little by little. Lin Rei, who was sitting at the table, saw that Bing had not returned. He thought that something had happened, so he stood up and went to look for her. However, as soon as he stood up, he saw that Bing was in front of the counter, and her eyes were staring at the room behind the counter. Well, what's going on? Lin Rei, who did not know what was going on, walked to Bing's side and asked her, "What's wrong, Bing? Isn't it just getting a bottle of wine? Why is it so slow?" Young master, I asked the boss to get the wine, but he hasn't come out yet. I don't know what's going on. Suddenly, Lin Rei's voice sounded behind her. Bing, who was already nervous, became even more nervous at this moment. She quickly turned around and lowered her head to explain. Oh. Is there such a thing? As soon as she finished speaking, a man came out in a hurry. He looked embarrassed and said to Bing, young lady, I'm really sorry. I didn't recognize Mount Tai. I didn't even see that your gourd was a fairy weapon. Fortunately, it was crazy. Now it's... As he spoke, the boss handed the gourd in his hand to Bing and said embarrassedly. Oh. At this moment, Lin Rei was confused. He did not know what was going on. When he heard that it was a fairy weapon, he looked at the gourd again. However, Lin Rei could tell the level of the gourd at a glance. Alas. Well, since you don't have it, then forget it. Anyway, if you put all the wine in your shop into the gourd, it won't be full. With that, he handed 10,000 mid-grade spirit stones to the boss and said, "These spirit stones are for you. Take the money for the wine and the food. By the way, give us some rooms. Let's use the number of people as the standard. By the way, I'll take the room that my companion gave me. Thank you. This." After speaking, Bing did not say anything more. She left the restaurant with Lin Rei and walked on the bustling street. As for the boss's words, she did not hear it clearly. It could even be said that she did not hear it at all. Alas. It's difficult to open a shop, but it's even more difficult to do business. According to Bing's words, the boss sent a few people to take the keys and carry the drunk Xuanzong sect disciples, including Jian Feng, back to their rooms. At this moment, on the streets of Yankuei City, Lin Rei was leaning back and laughing. His face was full of smiles. Bing, who was beside him, also laughed after seeing this scene. Ha ha ha, Bing, I really don't know what to say. You let an immortal artifact that can store a river be used to store wine. Moreover, the owner is really stupid. He is so stupid that he doesn't want to live anymore. Ha ha ha, I am really drunk. Young master, I opened the mysterious ice palace 100 years ago and asked you to collect it. I know you like to drink, and this gourd can hold wine. It's just right. After hearing Bing's words, Lin Rei, who was full of smiles, was silent for a while. His eyes were full of struggle and guilt. Alas. Bing, why do you have to do this? For some reason, Lin Rei did not feel that this sentence was inappropriate. However, because of this sentence, Bing was angry and roared at Lin Rei. Humph, young master, don't say such things in the future. I like you, I love you. This is my business. Similarly, this is the most important thing in my life. Being able to protect you by your side is the most disgusting thing for Zhao Liying in my life. I'm willing. After speaking quickly, she stuffed the gourd into Lin Rei's hand. She turned around and tears came out of her eyes. Then she quickly left, leaving Lin Rei alone in the same place. Looking at the gourd in his hand, his heart was extremely heavy. Alas. What a sin. It seems that this relationship is not going to be over. After saying that, Lin Rei did not chase after Bing, because Bing left in the direction of the restaurant. Lin Rei also walked forward alone, holding the wine gourd in his hand, unwilling to let go. Time always passed quickly. In the blink of an eye, it turned from night to day. Last night, some people slept soundly, some did not, and some were even secretly plotting something. After parting with Bing, Lin Rei did not go back to the restaurant. Instead, he walked alone on the street, admiring the bustling streets. However, in the blink of an eye, it turned from night to day. At this moment, Lin Rei was still full of energy. The wine gourd in his hand was still pouring wine into his mouth. Alas. It's daybreak. It's time to go back. After saying that, Lin Rei looked for the direction to go back and stepped forward. At this moment, in the restaurant, Jian Feng and a dozen others were already seated at the dining table, but they couldn't find Lin Li. They were very anxious. Although they knew that there shouldn't be any danger, as their leader, his safety was more important than their own lives. Why don't we go out and look for him? What if master? Humph, shut your crow's mouth. Don't talk nonsense. Remember, master is invincible. How could anything happen to him? Maybe he'll be back soon. At this moment, as soon as Karen finished speaking, he was interrupted by Lin Wanyu. In an instant, he shut his mouth and sat obediently in his seat. One could imagine how important Lin Wanyu's words were to them. I'm back. As soon as he finished speaking, Lin Rei came out from the back with a dispirited look, which puzzled everyone. You're awake. Let's go. After saying that, Lin Rei, who had not yet sat down, left the restaurant again and walked towards the Magic Array Guild, which he had found yesterday. As for Jian Feng and the others, they didn't say a word. They followed behind Lin Li, not saying a single word. Following the route that he had found yesterday, Lin Rei came to the entrance of the Magic Array Guild. Looking at the magnificent entrance of the guild, Lin Rei's heart was filled with joy. Let's go. After saying that, Lin Rei lifted his foot and was about to enter. However, at this moment, the guards at the entrance stopped Lin Rei and the others. You can go back. Today is the annual fair examination of the Magic Array Guild. Those who are not fair are not allowed to enter. Their attitude was very arrogant, as if the Fair Magic Array Guild was their brother. Or perhaps, they were looking down on Lin Ray and the others. Dogs who use their master's power to bully others. How dare you block my young master? F***ck, you are courting death. Bam, bam. Two muffled sounds were heard. The two guards who had been watching Lin Ray were sent flying by Jian Feng. The passers-by who saw this scene were all very emotional. At the same time, they felt respect for the actions of Lin Ray and the others. They had also been bullied by the two guards who had been sent flying. Let's go. Remember, don't attack unless you have no other choice. If you really can't take it anymore, don't hold back. If you attack, you will die. Do you hear me? Looking at the two people on the ground, Lin Ray reminded the people behind him. After saying that, Lin Ray came to the side of the two guards who had blocked him previously. In an instant, a terrifying immortal chi was released and Lin Ray's face stepped on the two guards' hearts. Their vitality disappeared and their souls returned to the heavens. At the same time, Lin Ray's aura was detected by the experts in the guild and he immediately rushed out. Chapter 364. Who do you think you are? Why are you killing innocent people in my guild? Do you think my guild is easy to bully? With a loud bang, another figure appeared, exuding an aura similar to Linley's. From this, one could tell that this person was a heavenly immortal lord. Of course, so what if he was a high immortal? Would Lin Ray be afraid of him? You're a useless dog raised by the formation master. I'm just doing a good deed. Why are you so angry? With a disdainful smile, he spoke to the old man. His tone was so arrogant that it ignited the old man's anger. You're using a celestial artifact. Since that's the case, don't blame me for not showing mercy. With a loud boom, the old man unleashed his high immortal cultivation. His palm instantly shot towards Lin Ray. His palm turned into a claw with terrifying celestial spiritual energy. Just as he was about to crush Lin Ray to death, the old man closed his eyes. The passers-by also closed their eyes in fear, thinking that this young man would not survive. However, after a while, they still did not hear any screams. Therefore, when everyone opened their eyes and looked at the guild door, everyone's eyes were wide open, almost popping out of their sockets. They looked very shocked. At this moment, Lin Ray's palm had frightened the old man. The old man's claw was clenched tightly in front of him. No matter how hard the old man tried, he could not break free. How is this possible? How did you? At this moment, he could not believe that this young man who was at the same level as him, or even one level higher than him, would have such strength. Let go of me. At this moment, the old man started to panic. After failing the first time, he knew that this young man in front of him was definitely not a kind person. Let go of you? Do you think I'm a pushover that you can do whatever you want to me? Bang! With a muffled sound, Linley's fist smashed into the man's lower abdomen. In addition, the most astonishing thing was that Linley had used pure physical strength, without the slightest bit of immortal chi. In an instant, the old man was sent flying in a parabola. He crashed into the guild gate and fell to the ground. Cough cough. You dare to insult the elders of the Array Formation Association? Don't tell me you don't want to live anymore? Lying on the ground, a trace of blood leaked out of the corner of his mouth. He roared at Lin Ray with a ferocious expression. Looking at those disgusting faces, Lin Ray, who originally wanted to join the guild, was extremely disappointed in the Formation Guild. He didn't think that the people in the guild would be such trash. If the Array Formation Guild is filled with people like you who look down on others, then it's fine if you don't join the guild. I don't care about it, and even more disdain it. At this moment, Lin Ray was extremely disappointed in the Formation Guild. The moment he finished speaking to the old man, he turned around and was about to leave. As for Zhu Chenxi, Lin Rei would never allow her to join such a guild. Wait, fellow Taoist, please wait. Just as Lin Rei was about to leave, a gentle voice with a sense of vicissitudes of life was heard. Then, an old man with white hair and a youthful complexion appeared silently in front of Lin Rei. You. This action was enough to show that the old man in front of him had a very high cultivation base. Lin Rei didn't even sense his qi. He didn't even know how he appeared. Hee, Lin Rei, it seems like you're in trouble this time. The old man in front of you is a genuine fake immortal venerable expert. If it weren't for the fact that the immortal world only restricts immortal venerables, I'm afraid he would immediately become an immortal venerable expert. The little dragon's reminder made Lin Rei's heart tremble for a moment. However, it was only for a moment before he regained his composure. Without any expression on his face, he spoke to the old man in a calm tone. I wonder if this senior has a reason for calling me here. If you want to avenge them, then no matter how strong your cultivation base is, I won't let you succeed even if I have to sacrifice my primordial spirit. Since the old man's strength might be tyrannical, it wasn't inappropriate to make things ugly first. At this moment, Jian Feng and the others were looking at the old man vigilantly, as if they were ready to fight. Relax. This person has exceeded the scope of our ability to deal with him. However, you don't have to be nervous. If there's really no other choice, I, as the sect leader, can still protect you. Lin Li's mental message caused Jian Feng and the others behind him to feel warmth in their hearts. At the same time, they were determined to protect Lin Li at all costs, even at the cost of their own lives. Of course, they were communicating with each other using telepathy. Otherwise, the old man would have heard them. Little friend, perhaps you've misunderstood. I'm not looking for trouble. I'm here to deal with the pests in our guild. It's these bastards who have been doing evil outside and tarnishing the reputation of our guild. After saying those words, he turned around and pushed the heavenly high immortal expert lying on the ground. A formless hand appeared and kicked the old man up into the air like a dead dog. Seeing that you're a talent, I didn't want to argue with you. I didn't expect you to go so far today. It seems that the guild can't tolerate you, but we can't let you go to other places to cause trouble. So, there's only one way. At this point, a sharp killing intent flashed in the eyes of the old man. With a clench of his fist, the heavenly high immortal expert who was lifted into the air was crushed into pieces, not even leaving behind a single piece of him. Hiss. This scene caused Lin Rei and the others in Yan Kuei City to be moved. At this moment, Lin Rei also felt a sense of oppression from the great disparity in strength. I sigh that my strength is still not enough. If I really met such a person, I'm afraid I would have died immediately. Although the formation can kill an immortal emperor expert, it still takes time to set up the formation. Seeing the strength of the old man, Lin Rei's thoughts ran quickly in his mind. He began to think about how to improve his cultivation in the future. Oh, I didn't expect that a little fake immortal monarch would make you feel so oppressed. TSK, it seems that you have to find more trouble in the future. And your target must be someone who's stronger than you. This way, your cultivation will improve faster. At this moment, when Lin Rei was troubled, the little dragon appeared in front of Lin Rei and began to talk without restraint. Yes. It seems that I have to improve my strength quickly. After saying that, Lin Rei stopped talking to the little dragon. After Lin Rei ignored the little dragon returned to the system to cultivate. Sect Master, why don't we leave now? As the saying goes, where there's life, there's hope. This person is too strong. We're no match for him. Just as Lin Rei and the little dragon were talking, Jian Feng, who had been following Lin Rei, came forward and dissuaded Lin Rei. Of course, this was not only Jian Feng's idea, but also the idea of the higher-ups of Sword Sect. You don't have to do this. I've said that I'm here to clean up the sect. Since I've already done that, there's nothing left. If you don't mind, why don't you go to the Formation Guild for a chat? Just as Jian Feng and Lin Rei were talking, the old man said to Lin Rei and then disappeared in an instant, leaving only echoes behind. Hoo hoo. When the old man disappeared, everyone heaved a sigh of relief. Their tensed bodies relaxed at this moment. Damn, he's finally gone. I didn't expect to meet such a powerful existence after coming to the immortal world for such a long time. Moreover, this expert seems to be from the Formation Guild. His mind was filled with questions. Right at this moment, Linley began to walk towards the Formations Guild. The reason why he hadn't gone before was because of those scumbags from before. But now, Linley had decided to join the Formations Guild. Well, don't call others behind my back. Let's go to the Formation Guild. As he spoke, with a single teleport, Linley disappeared from his original spot. When he reappeared, he was already within the Formations Guild, and the old man from before was chuckling as he looked at him. As for Jian Feng and the others, they followed Lin Rei the moment he disappeared. Not long after, they arrived at the Formation Guild and stood behind Lin Rei. Hee, little friend, this old man is Gong Sun Haotian, the president of the Formation Guild in Yankuei City. I'm also the manager of all the guilds in the eastern region. I heard that you're here to check the Formation Guild. May I know what your rank is? After hearing the old man's introduction, Lin Rei didn't hide anything, directly told him his name and some relevant information. I'm Lin Rei, the Sect Master of Xuanzong Sect, a King Formation Master. What? You're the Sect Master of Xuanzong Sect? How is this possible? How can you be so young? A sudden exclamation frightened Lin Rei. However, what surprised Lin Rei even more was that he didn't seem to have appeared before. How did this old man know about his sect? At this moment, everyone, including Lin Rei, braced themselves and became vigilant. What if this old man was an enemy? Ha, little friend, you don't have to be so vigilant against me. Your story started 100 years ago when you killed the immortal emperor and hundreds of cultivators above the immortal realm in Jingqing City. The name Xuanzong Sect has been imprinted in every cultivator's heart since 100 years ago. However, they didn't know that the sect master of Xuanzong Sect is such a young sect master. Oh. So that's how it is. Seeing that the old man's eyes didn't have a trace of deceit, Lin Rei relaxed his vigilance. However, being vigilant was the only thing that Lin Rei had learned since he started his cultivation. Of course, he would only put away his vigilance when it came to his relatives. Senior Gongsun, we're here today to check the Formation Master's rank. No comment. Yes, of course. Please wait a moment. I'll test you personally later. Chapter 365. Okay. Hearing Chairman Gongsuan's words, Linley nodded in agreement. And then, he sat down, quietly waiting. Gongsun Haotian kept looking at Lin Rei curiously. No one knew what he was thinking, but Lin Rei's scalp went numb from the look in his eyes. Cough, cough, cough. He wanted to use his cough to remind Gongsun Haotian, but Gongsun Haotian remained unmoved. Men, why are you treating a distinguished guest like this? Quickly take out my 10,000 years tea king and brew a pot for sect leader Lin. Suddenly, Lin Rei had an impulse to go up and beat him up, but that old man was so shameless. I'm sorry, sect leader Lin. My subordinates are not sensible. Please forgive them. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. As the saying goes, one does not hit a smiling face. Moreover, Gongsun Haotian had been respectful to him all this time. That was even more unacceptable. At this moment, the pain in Linley's heart was unbearable. You can talk and watch for a while, but this old bastard is not done yet. If it wasn't for the fact that Linley couldn't control himself, he probably would have gone up and killed him long ago. How could he allow him to act so recklessly? I'll endure it. Isn't it just watching? Just watch. When I surpass you in the future, I will strip you naked and hang you on the city wall of Yankuei City. He thought angrily. Of course, this was just a thought. He would not really do it. At this moment, the tea that Gong Sun Haotian had ordered was brought over. Instantly, a fragrant aroma filled the air. What was even more unbelievable was that when the tea was brought over and Lin Li smelled the aroma of the tea, his state of mind was completely relaxed. His cultivation level rose by an imperceptible amount. If it weren't for Lin Li's powerful divine sense, he wouldn't have noticed it at all. Looking at the tea in front of him, Lin Rei picked it up and took a small sip. He closed his eyes and savored it. Immediately, the speed at which his cultivation rose began to increase. Sensing this, Lin Rei was shocked and felt that it was inconceivable. He had long known that the advancement of one's realm depended on how one's state of mind was. However, Lin Rei had not expected that this tea would actually have such an effect. Of course, Lin Rei didn't know anything about tea. If he didn't feel that his realm had increased, he would have only taken a sip and stopped drinking. However, it was different now. The increase in his realm was exactly what he needed. With a gulp, he gulped down the entire cup of tea. Closing his eyes, he felt better about the increase in his cultivation level. Ugh. Sect leader Lin is indeed forthright. Even when you drink tea, you are still so domineering. You are indeed the leader of a sect. At that moment, Gong Sun Haotian, who was sitting in the main seat, saw his precious tea being drunk in one gulp. His heart was bleeding. Normally, he would slowly taste his tea one mouthful at a time. But now, he regretted it. Gulp, gulp. At this moment, Lin Li was holding a teapot and pouring tea into his mouth as if he was drinking wine. At this moment, Gong Sun Haotian's heart spurted out like a fountain of blood, and his face was filled with extreme shock. Ah! Looking at Lin Rei drinking the tea happily, Gong Sun Haotian's heart ached. However, he couldn't stop him. When Jian Feng and the others saw the actions of a sect leader and then looked at Gong Sun Haotian, they laughed in their hearts. Not bad. President Gong Sun, your tea is really good. However, it's a little too little. Do you have more? After drinking the tea, Lin Rei handed the teapot to Gong Sun Haotian and said casually. You still want more? Gong Sun Haotian exclaimed. Immediately, Gong Sun Haotian felt that something was wrong. He quickly explained, Sect leader Lin, it's not that I'm stingy. It's just that this tea is really rare. I obtained it from a dangerous place. There's not much left. Let me make it clear first. It's not that I don't want to give you more, but I don't have any more. Oh. Sigh. What a pity. I thought President Gongsun had a lot of these things and wanted to shamelessly ask for some for my disciples to taste. Sigh. It seems like they won't have the luck to taste it. Looking at Gong Sun Haotian's reaction, Lin Rei was happy. Gong Sun Haotian's words could only fool a child. Lin Rei didn't believe him. However, since Gong Sun Haotian said so, Lin Rei couldn't force him. After all, good things were precious, not to mention things that could increase one's cultivation level. Yes. When Gong Sun Haotian heard Lin Rei's words, he was so scared that he broke out in cold sweat. His face was full of embarrassment. However, when Gong Sun Haotian heard Lin Rei's words, he fell from his seat and fell to the ground. President Gong Sun, may I know where you're looking for this tea king? If I have time, I'll go there and see if I'm as lucky as you. Plop. Gong Sun Haotian fell to the ground after hearing Lin Rei's words. Instantly, everyone was stunned. Their eyes were full of doubts. Wasn't he just asking for a place? Was there a need to do this? Sect leader Lin, I still have some savings. I'll give it to you later. I'll give it to you. You can't go there. At this time, Gong Sun Haotian's heart was bleeding. At the same time, he thought to himself, how can you go there? If you go, will I still have a tea king to drink in the future? Of course, Lin Rei couldn't know what Gong Sun Haotian was thinking. Therefore, he decided to give his savings to Lin Rei. Only then would he realize that Gong Sun Haotian wanted to find the Tea King. Oh. Hee, President, you have one now? That's great. Originally, I was just saying that. I didn't really want to go there. However, since you have tea, I'll respectfully accept it. Hee. Gong Sun Haotian smiled bitterly after hearing Lin Rei's words. In his heart, he was cursing Lin Rei's 18 generations of ancestors. Jian Feng and the others behind him were trying their best not to laugh. Their faces were red from holding back their laughter. All right. Let's go to the array master's level. At this time, Gong Sun Haotian felt that his face was extremely painful. It was as if he had been beaten by many people. He quickly changed the topic. He stood up and walked towards the depths of the guild. Lin Rei and the others stood up after hearing Gong Sun Haotian's words. Then, they followed Gong Sun Haotian into the depths of the guild. Along the way, they saw many people. They were all array masters here today. Although there were many people, most of them hadn't awakened. They wanted to take advantage of the loopholes. If they succeeded, they would become a dragon in one step and become a person above others. However, it wasn't easy to take advantage of the loopholes in the array master's level. Most of them were eliminated. We're almost there. Up ahead, Gong Sun Haotian suddenly came to a halt. After speaking to Lin Li, he quickly walked forward. His speed was extremely fast. Seeing this, Lin Rei also chased after him, leaving Jian Feng and the others far behind. Lin Rei had the body of a peak immortal tool. In terms of speed, he was comparable to an immortal emperor. Therefore, without using any immortal spiritual qi, Lin Rei easily caught up with Gong Sun Haotian. President Gong Sun is indeed a fake immortal venerable. Your strength is really strong. Oh. Since sect leader Lin said so, let's start the test. As soon as he finished speaking, Lin Rei squinted his eyes and looked around vigilantly. What's going on? This place is actually a array master? Suddenly, the surrounding phantom spirits began to change. The originally antique passage had now turned into an ice mountain and an ice river. The whole place had turned into an ice age. The cold wind whistled. At this moment, Lin Rei was very clear-headed. At the same time, he despised Gong Sun Haotian in his heart. Damn it. Why didn't you tell me earlier that you were going to test me? You made me unprepared. At this moment, Lin Rei really wanted to catch Gong Sun Haotian and make him feel what he was feeling now. Sect leader Lin, this is a king-level array. If you can open it within the specified time, not only will you be able to take the immortal tools inside, but you will also receive all the benefits of the Array Master Association. Oh, I forgot to tell you that this Array Master is called the Killing Ice Array. It's a killing array. It's extremely powerful. I wish you good luck, ahaha. The shameless laughter made Lin Rei want to rush out and beat him up. However, at this moment, the Array Master was moved. Whoosh. Whoosh. A cold wind whistled past. It was accompanied by a hidden murderous intent. Ha. With a bang, an icicle made of cold ice rushed toward Lin Rei. In such a situation, Lin Rei was very calm. Looking at the icicle, the martial emperor divine spear appeared in his hand and blocked the icicle's attack. Humph, little guy, with such little attack power, you want to. With a rumbling sound, an iceberg suddenly appeared beneath Lin Li's feet, lifting him off the ground. Damn it, are you King causing trouble? Damn it, since you're like this, don't blame me. At the top of the iceberg, Lin Rei instantly released his psyche strength. At the same time, his divine senses rushed out of his body and began to scan the entire ice world. Humph, old man, to set up this thing, the array core must be in a place that I can't even imagine. As his divine senses scanned, everything in the ice world fell into Lin Rei's mind. Suddenly, Lin Li's spiritual energy sensed that in a corner to the southeast, there was a fierce killing intent, as though it was protecting something. However, after 1,000 years, there was still a protective formation there. Lin Li was overjoyed, and a smile appeared on his face. Humph, old man, I'll help you break through the protective array. Fairy weapon, humph, it's mine. With that, Lin Ray teleported to a trapping formation in the southeast. Looking at the trapping formation, which was also a king-level formation, Lin Ray did not stop for a moment. He sensed the weakest part of the trapping formation and then raised the Martial Emperor Divine Spear. With a force of 1,000,000 kilograms, he instantly smashed the trapping formation. Bang, crack. The trapping formation and the Martial Emperor Divine Spear collided with a loud bang. Then, with the sound of cracking, a crack began to slowly spread out from the weakest part of the king-level formation. Slowly, more and more cracks appeared. Finally, it could no longer bear and directly broke into pieces. A colorful robe appeared in front of Lin Ray. Chapter 366. Oh, I didn't expect this old thing to be so generous. He used a best-grade celestial artifact as the trapping array core. Should I say you are generous or stupid? Looking at the best-grade celestial artifact in front of him, Lin Ray didn't say anything. He put it in his bag, and his face was full of smiles because of the best-grade celestial artifact. Hee, old thing, this is a gift from you. As the saying goes, one who doesn't take advantage of others is a bastard. Ha ha ha. Lin Ray laughed heartily. But at this time, Gong Sun Haotian, who was outside the formation, was not happy. His heart was bleeding. Whoa, this is a best-grade celestial artifact. I didn't expect that the decision I made in the beginning would cause me to lose the colorful robe. Alas. However, since Lin Ray could break through the king-level trapping array, it meant that he had the strength of a king-level array master. Sect leader Lin, you have passed the test. If you don't want to go, come out. I will give you a set of king-level array master's robe. At this moment, Gong Sun Haotian seemed to have thought of something. His face changed, and he hurriedly said to Lin Ray, who was inside the formation. He was just passing by. Humph, you want me to go out? How is that possible? A best-grade celestial artifact escaped from a trapping array. How strong is the array core of this big formation? Didn't you say that the array core is mine after I break the formation? After speaking, Lin Li no longer paid any attention to the frantic Gong Sun Haotian. Step by step, he walked towards the center of the formation, which was filled with killing intent. Whoosh! 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 The blades formed by the cold wind cut through Lin Ray's skin, leaving a faint mark on his skin. Humph, you want to break my attack with such a little power? What a waste. Therefore, the attack of the wind blades moved towards the eye of the formation step by step. Hee, sure enough, the array core is here. I just don't know what level the thing inside is. At this time, Lin Ray was full of expectation. He wanted to see the level of the array core. However, Lin Ray was happy, and Gong Sun Haotian was not. Aya, we're done for this time. Our dragon's soul sword was, sigh. At this point, Gong Sun Haotian could no longer speak. At the same time, Jian Feng and the others arrived at Gong Sun Haotian's location. President Gong Sun, may I know where my young master is right now? Jian Feng asked with a heavy heart. Yes, where's my master? He followed you here. Why can't I find him now? All of a sudden, everyone from the Xuanzong sect began to verbally attack Gong Sun Haotian. Smoke filled the air, causing many people to not dare to step forward. There were even some people who fainted from fright when they saw this scene. When Gong Sun Haotian saw Jian Feng and the others, he smiled bitterly and explained, "Don't worry. Your young master is currently being appraised by a king-tier array master. Based on his speed, I think he'll be out soon." After saying that, Gong Sun Haotian quickly turned around and used his spiritual power to observe the situation inside the array formation. Bam! 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 At this moment, Lin Rei, who was in the array formation, was holding the Martial Emperor Divine Spear and smashing it against the defensive shield outside the formation eye. Every strike had the force of 1,000,000 kilograms, and every strike caused cracks to appear on the energy shield like a spider web. Gong Sun Haotian, who was watching this scene, felt that every hit was hitting his heart. Every hit was so painful that it made him feel suffocated. Oh, I didn't expect this thing to be so sturdy. Let's see if you can withstand this. Ha! After saying that, Lin Rei shouted loudly. He mobilized his celestial spiritual chi and added it to the Martial Emperor Divine Spear. Instantly, a terrifying wave of pressure drifted in all directions. Break. 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 Bam! After the Martial Emperor Divine Spear added with celestial spiritual chi smashed against the energy shield, it instantly shattered. A long sword with flames appeared in front of Lin Rei's eyes. Holy sh*t, this thing. Staring at the long sword, Lin Li's heart was filled with excitement. This was because he could sense a hint of pressure emanating from the long sword. Only a divine artifact could cause Lin Li to feel this way. Huh, you think too much, Lin Rei. This thing is just like that old guy Gong Sun Haotian. They are both fake. This is a pseudo-lower grade divine weapon. However, if you practice as a weapon refiner, you may be able to break through the pseudo-divine weapon and reach the level of a real divine weapon. This is much easier than forging a new one. I have to say, this time you're really lucky. Hearing Xiaolong's words, Lin Li grew excited. He had known that a pseudo-divine artifact was much stronger than an immortal artifact. Not only was its offensive power doubled, but it could also crush an opponent in a head-on clash of weapons. Okay, take your time to admire it. However, I want to tell you something. Hurry up and go to Heaven Vault Mountain. You don't have much time. After saying this inexplicable sentence, Xiang Yu's voice disappeared. No matter how Lin Rei called, there was no reply. Huh, forget it. Let's look at this long sword. Lin Rei did not pay too much attention to the little dragon's words. Instead, he kept the little dragon's words in his heart and engraved them in his heart. However, it was useless to just think about it. It was better to admire the pseudo-divine weapon. Thinking of this, Lin Rei came to the side of the divine weapon and reached out to touch it. Bang! An invisible energy directly bounced Lin Rei's hand away. How did you cut a hole in my body that is at the peak of the fairy weapon level? At this moment, purple blood flowed out of his finger that was bounced away by the long sword. Luckily, Lin Rei covered it up in time. Otherwise, it would be over if others saw it. He swallowed a healing elixir and started to refine it. At this moment, the wound that was cut by the long sword started to heal slowly under the effect of the elixir. 5 minutes later, the elixir's effect was completely activated and the wound was healed. Phew, that was close. I was almost discovered. Looking at the wound that had already healed, Lin Rei still had a lingering fear. The little dragon's words echoed in Lin Rei's heart and could not dissipate. Looking up at the long sword, Lin Rei also became angry. Lin Rei was determined to get such a good thing. I know that you already have a certain level of consciousness. As long as you follow me, you will definitely shine brightly. You can only help that old bastard Gong Sun Haotian test the level of other people's formations. If you want to follow me, then follow me. If you don't, then just stay here. After saying this, Lin Rei stood up and walked out. Lin Rei was betting. He bet that the sword had a spirit and that the sword would follow him. To be honest, Lin Rei was also feeling guilty. The sword said that it would definitely follow him, but Lin Rei was not sure. Therefore, Lin Rei was betting. If he was right, then everything would be fine. If he was wrong, then he would not lose anything. His speed was not very fast. He wanted to see if the long sword would follow him. At this moment, at the formation eye, the long sword was spinning in place, as if it was thinking. Swish. With a swish sound, the flaming longsword flew in the direction Linley had left in just a short while later. Hoo hoo hoo. It was impossible for the formation to leave the formation eye. Similarly, if the formation eye came by itself, the formation would dissipate. With a whoosh, the long sword streaked across the sky and flew towards Lin Ray at an extremely fast speed. The formation began to dissipate. At this moment, Lin Ray, who was walking, looked at the changes in the formation. Lin Ray smiled very happily because he had made the right bet. Hee, sure enough, it really followed me. Feeling the fierce sword chi behind him, Lin Ray turned around and opened his hand, waiting for the long sword to arrive. With a whoosh, the long sword instantly arrived in front of Lin Ray and fell into Lin Ray's hand. It calmed down, the flames converging into the sword, and the sword chi flourishing. Ha 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 ha. After obtaining this divine sword, Lin Ray looked up to the sky and laughed. His laughter was very carefree. This made Gong Sun Haotian, who was outside the formation, gnash his teeth. The formation disappeared, and Lin Ray appeared in front of Gong Sun Haotian. Seeing Gong Sun Haotian gnashing his teeth, Lin Ray was very happy in his heart. Heh, Sect leader Lin, the young master has become a king-level formation master. This is the king-level formation master's uniform and some of the guild's welfare manuals. Gong Sun Haotian took out a set of clothes and a book and handed them to Lin Ray. His tone of voice made Lin Ray very happy. Okay, thank you, President. Let's keep in touch in the future. Oh, by the way, I like this kind of formation very much. After receiving the clothes and manuals, he raised the long sword in his hand and waved it in front of Gong Sun Haotian twice, then put away the clothes and long sword. Here, this is the president of the king-level formation master. With this president, any major formation guild in the immortal world can provide you with this badge. Okay, thank you, President. After receiving the president, Lin Ray didn't say anything else. Instead, he looked at the dozen people of the Xuanzong sect who had already arrived. Okay, all of you wait here. In a while, let Chenxi enter the impartial formation master level. Yes. After saying that, Zhu Chenxi stepped forward and said to Gong Sun Haotian, Senior Gong Sun, I also want to enter the impartial formation master level. What? You? What level of formation do you want? I'm a king-level formation master like the young master. Zhu Chenxi's words shocked Gong Sun Haotian again. At this moment, he began to doubt his life. Oh, okay, the Xuanzong sect is really tolerant. After saying that, Gong Sun Haotian pointed the way for Zhu Chenxi and didn't have another chance to go. Zhu Chenxi entered the formation according to Gong Sun Haotian's directions and began to take the test. Time passed little by little. Since when did king-level formation masters become so cheap? There are actually 2 of them in one day. In the past, not to mention 2, even 1 would be difficult. Looking at Lin Ray, Gong Sun Haotian became more and more curious. How mysterious was the Xuanzong sect? Time passed little by little. Not long after noon, Zhu Chenxi, who had entered the test, walked out. Although her body was injured, it was not serious. Hee, young master, Miss Chenxi has become a king-level formation master. Chapter 367. Everything had been settled, and his trip to the Formation Guild could be considered complete. Looking at the miserable Gong Sun Haotian, Lin Ray really felt distressed. A fake immortal venerable had lost so many precious things today. How could he not feel distressed? Moreover, Gong Sun Haotian couldn't wait for Lin Ray and the others to leave as soon as possible. If Lin Ray took a fancy to something else later, he would really go bankrupt. Well, since sect leader Lin has finished his business, I won't stay here any longer. There are still a lot of things waiting for me to deal with. You see. Gong Sun Haotian said with an awkward expression. However, how could Lin Rei not know what was going on in Gong Sun Haotian's mind? Heh, President, please don't. I haven't had enough fun yet. Gong Sun Haotian's face twitched involuntarily. His eyelids twitched violently, and he instantly became anxious. No, Sect Leader Lin. You see, you've taken away my T-King, my supreme immortal weapon, my colorful robe, and my pseudo-divine sword. If you stay here any longer, I'll really have to cut off my flesh. Ha ha ha. As soon as he said that, Jian Feng and the others who were with Lin Rei couldn't help but burst into laughter. Among them, the women were convulsing, not giving Gong Sun Haotian any face. Alas. You guys. It seems like I've lost all my face today. Gong Sun Haotian finally understood the situation after hearing their laughter. He simply stood there quietly and watched them laugh. After all, he had lost all his face. Jian Feng and the others were tactful. After a while, they stopped laughing and returned to their original appearance, standing behind Lin Rei. Lin Rei, on the other hand, was still looking at Gong Sun Haotian with a smile. He knew that Gong Sun Haotian had suffered a great loss today. Alright, I'll stop talking. I've already achieved my goal. So, President Gong Sun, I'll take my leave now. If you have time in the future, you can visit the 9th Heaven Xuanzong Sect in Tianqiong Mountain. Oh, okay. What? Perhaps it was because Gong Sun Haotian didn't react in time, but when he did, he was instantly stunned. He knew very well what kind of place Tianqiong Mountain was, and the T-King was found in the periphery of Tianqiong Mountain. Even if it was the periphery, he had almost died there. Now, he heard that it was the residence of a sect. How could he not be shocked? That's right, you didn't hear wrong. Once the sect is stabilized, I'll invite all the top sects in the immortal realm to come. At that time, Gong Sun, you better come. As he spoke, he cupped his hands towards Gong Sun and said, if that's the case, then I'll take my leave. After speaking, Lin Rei didn't stay for a moment longer. Instead, he led his subordinates and left using the same route as before. No, Sect Master Lin, let me send you off. Gong Sun Haotian, who had recovered from his shock, hurriedly chased after him to see him off. Along the way, everyone who saw President Gong Sun bowed and greeted him. At the same time, they were very curious about Lin Rei and his group. There were only a few people in the immortal realm who could make President Gong Sun pay so much attention to them. However, no one here had ever seen or heard of any of them. Soon, Lin Rei and his group arrived at the entrance of the array. Lin Rei, who was leading the group, stopped, turned around, and said to Gong Sun Haotian with a smile. By the way, President Gong Sun, shouldn't you give me the T-King that you promised me earlier? Cough, 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 hee. Okay, here you go. Gong Sun Haotian, who had known that he couldn't avoid it, would have already put the T-King on him. He had originally wanted to play dumb, but in the end, he might have thought too much. Okay, thank you, President Gong Sun. Looking at the T-King, Lin Rei took it and put it into his storage ring. After smiling at Gong Sun Haotian, he left with his subordinates. He's finally gone. Looking at Lin Rei leaving, Gong Sun Haotian said in a trembling voice. He was relieved in his heart, and his body relaxed, but his eyes were full of praise. It seems that the immortal realm is about to be in chaos. Heroes are born in troubled times. This boy will definitely be famous in the immortal realm. No, he can even reach that level. After seeing Lin Rei's back disappear, Gong Sun Haotian turned around and left. At this time, Lin Rei and his group were walking on the street. However, he didn't know that when he killed the city lord of Yankuei City, the Kunlun immortal clan knew about it and immediately sent people to Yankuei City to investigate. Lin Rei's killing of the city lord was very high profile, so the people of the Kunlun immortal clan easily found out where the person who killed the city lord of Yankuei City went. Lin Rei didn't know that they were inextricably linked with the Kunlun immortal clan. They weren't friends, but enemies. Hee, young master, the long sword you got from old man Gongsun today is very amazing. I don't know, I don't know if you can let me have a look. Ah, but don't worry, it's just a simple appreciation. At this time, when Lin Rei was walking on the street, Jian Feng, who was behind him, saw that Lin Rei got the long sword. He had this thought. However, was that the right time? Obviously, it wasn't suitable. Now that he came out, it was very suitable. Hearing Jian Feng's words, Lin Rei smiled, and then said to him, well, I can let you have a look, and I can even give it to you. If you can break through the peak of the late immortal emperor realm in 200 years, then I will give you the pseudo-divine weapon I just got. What do you think? As for the pseudo-divine weapon he just got, Lin Rei didn't need it at all. Although he also used a sword, his weapon was the martial emperor divine spear. Therefore, rather than keeping it for himself, it was better to use this sword to encourage Jian Feng and let him reach the peak of the immortal emperor realm in 200 years. In this way, the Xuanzong sect would also be upgraded to a higher level, and this sword would eventually belong to the Xuanzong sect. Ah, really, young master, is what you said true? As long as I break through the peak of the immortal emperor realm in 200 years, you will give it to me? You won't regret it? Hearing Lin Rei's condition, Jian Feng was very excited. Originally, he just wanted to take a look, but he didn't expect Lin Rei to put forward such a condition. Jian Feng felt that this condition was very unrealistic, so he couldn't help but ask in a very excited tone. Yes, you heard what I said. However, if you can break through in 200 years, I don't mind. But after 200 years, I won't give it to you. Lin Rei believed that with the temptation of the pseudo-divine weapon and the time limit, Jian Feng would break through the peak of the immortal emperor realm very quickly. Because Lin Rei was able to break through to this realm because of the time limit issued by the system. Yes, young master. As long as I can get that sword, in 200 years, no, I will definitely break through in advance. He patted his chest and promised Linley. His eyes were filled with confidence. However, the others thought that he was joking. Because breaking through from the Grand Luo realm to the peak of the immortal emperor realm in 200 years wasn't something that he could do just because he wanted to. Good, it's good that you have this kind of confidence. I believe in you. Chapter 368. All of you, I am Zhao, one of the Karakoram immortal clan. Have you killed the city lord of Yinkue city before? An angry roar came from the horizon. Lin Rei, who was making a bet, raised his head and looked in the direction of the voice. At this moment, a dozen people were quickly walking towards where he was. Moreover, from the meaning of that person's words, it seemed like he was talking about them. Tell me quickly. Are you the person who killed the city lord of Yinkue city, Yenshan? I don't want to say it a third time. A middle-aged man, who was the leader of the group, glared angrily at Lin Rei and asked in a very unfriendly tone. That's right. Lin Rei cherished his son as much as his life. With just 2 words, he expressed his attitude. Instantly, that person's face turned red, feeling that this was an insult to him. You, anyway, you're not small. Don't you know that Yinkue City is a subsidiary of my Karakoram immortal clan? Are you really not afraid of death? Seeing that Zhao Wen started to blabber as soon as he arrived in front of him, Lin Rei frowned. He was a little unhappy with this person in front of him. Idiot. As soon as Lin Rei's words came out, Zhao Wen was completely enraged. Without caring about anything else, he directly took out his weapon. Immortal Qi instantly erupted and rushed towards Lin Rei with a suppressive force. Die. How dare you? Go back. Seeing Zhao Wen's attack, Lin Rei did not move at all. He looked at the long sword that was about to attack him without blinking. He was not flustered in the face of danger. At this moment, Fang Feng, who was the first to bear the brunt of the attack, jumped out and rushed towards Zhao Wen of the Karakoram immortal clan with the long sword that Lin Rei had given him. Dang, dang. Two voices collided. In an instant, the two of them were evenly matched and each took 2 or 3 steps back. Oh, news. I didn't expect your Karakoram immortal clan to have some talents. You're not like that Yenshan from before, who is simply a piece of trash. Looking at the disciples of the Karakoram immortal clan who were on par with him, Jian Feng was slightly surprised. However, the stronger they were, the more excited Jian Feng was. So. With an ear-piercing sound, the sword edge moved again. In an instant, it disappeared from where it was. When it reappeared, it was already behind Zhao Wen from the Karakoram immortal sect. A long sword directly pierced toward Zhao Wen's neck. With a piercing sound, the man's neck was pierced by the sword, and blood flowed out. You dare to hurt me? Go to hell. Feeling the stinging pain on her neck, Zhao Wen stretched out her hand to touch it. Seeing that she was bleeding, Zhao Wen immediately went crazy. With a ferocious expression, she madly attacked the sword. All kinds of gorgeous moves were greeted on Jian Feng's body. At this time, Lin Rei was watching such a boring performance. His frown deepened. Alright, Ming, Tianyun, go and kill them all. Remember, I'm in a hurry. Swoosh. Swoosh. Just as Lin Li finished speaking, 2 sounds of something piercing through the air rang out by his ears. By the time he turned to look, Life and Tianyun had already pierced into the midst of the 10 or so disciples of the Karakoram immortal clan, and had begun to slaughter them. Ah! In an instant, a scream was heard. Zhao Wen, who had been fighting with Jian Feng, regained his senses after hearing the scream. He turned his head around, and when he saw that the junior brothers who had come with him had all turned into corpses, he collapsed completely. No, 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 no. Looking at the dead junior brothers, Zhao Wen collapsed. At this moment, her mind was filled with the scenes of cultivating together and going on missions together. When you were arrogant in front of my young master, you were already destined to die. Moreover, you're a member of the Karakoram immortal clan. The moment you joined the Karakoram immortal clan, you were destined to be a cold corpse in the future. As the saying goes, take your life when you're sick. Jian Feng would not give up such a good opportunity. Moreover, he did not consider himself a gentleman. Seeing that Zhao Wen was in a daze, Jian Feng instantly arrived beside Zhao Wen. A long sword. It directly pierced through Zhao Wen's heart. Pooh! A mouthful of blood was spat out. Her vitality gradually dissipated. Looking down at the long sword in her heart, Zhao Wen did not feel any pain. Instead, she smiled as if she was free. Cough, I finally don't have to suffer anymore. Junior brothers, wait for me, I'm coming. Heh. At this moment, Zhao Wen looked at the dozens of junior brothers on the ground. Tears flowed down her cheeks. Her voice trembled as she spoke until her vitality completely dissipated and she became a cold corpse. Sigh. It's a pity that you joined the wrong sect. It's a pity that you became my enemy. Otherwise, it's a pity that we could have become friends. Looking at the dead Zhao Wen, Jian Feng stood in front of the corpse and said softly. Alright, quickly deal with the corpse. Let's hurry up and get to Tianxiong Mountain before the day after tomorrow. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was at the back, said to the crowd. Then, he walked in the direction of Tianxiong Mountain. Not long after, Jian Feng and the others who stayed to deal with the corpse caught up. However, Jian Feng was still feeling guilty for killing Zhao Wen. Looking at the sorrowful Jian Feng, Lin Rei came to his side and patted his shoulder. He comforted him and said, "It's okay. Since we serve different masters, there's nothing to be sad about. Things like this will happen everywhere in the future. You can't be like this every time. Remember, in this world, the strong prey on the weak. The strong are respected and the fittest survive. Therefore, there's no need to feel guilty. There's no point in saying more. Think about it yourself. But. Alright, quickly adjust your mentality. Let's hurry up. Jian Feng, who still wanted to say something, was stopped by Lin Rei's words. Yes, young master, I understand. After saying that, Lin Rei sped up again. He didn't care if the people behind him could keep up. If they could keep up, it meant that they were capable. If they couldn't keep up, it meant that they were useless. Ao. Using the dragon subduing step, a green dragon instantly appeared under Lin Rei's feet and disappeared in an instant. Jian Feng and the others, who were still hurrying on, didn't want to be left out. They used the carefree steps, which they were most proud of, to catch up. Master, wait for me. I want to go with you. At this moment, Lin Li's 5 disciples, as well as Lin Tian, Dong Xiaonan, Bing, Tian Yun, and Ming, had all received Lin Li's true teachings. Instantly, an azure dragon appeared beneath Lin Li's feet and disappeared from the spot like a wisp of smoke, leaving Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi far behind. As soon as this scene happened, the people who were left in the dust were stunned. They didn't know what had happened, but they all disappeared. What's going on? How can this be? Can't we have a good time? Oh, forget it, Jian Feng. Let's hurry up. If the young master decides to punish the last person, we'll be in trouble. At this moment, Zhu Chenxi, who was following beside him, said to Jian Feng. Then, she crazily operated her cultivation method and disappeared on the spot, leaving Jian Feng alone. What the F***, Chenxi, you can't leave me behind. After saying that, Jian Feng used all his strength to chase forward. Just like that, 2 boring days passed as they hurried on their way. But on this day, a hazy figure appeared in their field of vision. Upon seeing it, Lin Li came to a halt and murmured to himself. Tianxiong Mountain, I'm finally here. Chapter 369. With that, Lin Rei moved forward quickly. Not long after, Lin Rei and the rest finally arrived at the entrance of Tianxiong Mountain that everyone feared. This mountain was called the Vault of Heaven. It was shrouded in mist all year round, giving people a hazy feeling. The mountain was also filled with demonic beasts and beasts. It was very dangerous. Until now, no one had returned. Therefore, this place had become everyone's nightmare. Although the mountain was rich in resources, to the point that it made people jealous, they didn't dare to go in and plunder. Because they knew how dangerous it was. Even if they went in and found something they wanted, they wouldn't be able to take it out. Therefore, they would rather look at this dangerous place from afar than go in. Perhaps because of the perpetual fog, Lin Li, who was at the foot of the mountain, couldn't see the peak of the mountain at all. Looking at such a lofty mountain peak, Lin Li had a feeling that it was far beyond this. Sect leader, are you sure we want to go in? No one has come out in the past few years. At this moment, Jian Feng stood out and asked Lin Rei doubtfully. He came to Lin Rei's side. Of course, only Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi were doubtful. As for the rest, they believed that Lin Rei could do it. Yes, I'm sure. Although I established the sect, in order to improve my cultivation, I won't be in the sect often. Therefore, this place will be the divine residence of our sect. It can ensure the safety of the sect and we can leave without worry. Speaking of this, Lin Rei couldn't help but think of the promise he made to the elf ancestor in the mysterious sky continent. He would lead the elf tribe to the immortal realm to find their ancestral land and acknowledge their ancestors. But, sect leader, this place is too dangerous. I'm afraid. Seeing how fearful Jian Feng was, Lin Rei was even more curious. He was curious about what they were afraid of here. Okay, stop talking. If you want to come, follow me. If you don't want to come, stay here. After I break the mystery of this place, I'll bring you in. He didn't say anything else. Since he had already made his decision, there was no reason to hesitate. After speaking, Lin Li led the way into the skies. Master, wait for me, I want to be with you too. As soon as Lin Li entered, Lin Wanyu followed closely behind him. As for her other junior apprentice brothers and junior apprentice sisters, they doted on Lin Wanyu as well. As soon as Lin Li entered, they all decided to follow behind their master, no matter how dangerous the path ahead was. Young master, wait for me. One by one, they all followed Lin Li into Tianxiong Mountain. Only Jian Feng and Zhu Chenxi were left behind. Looking at the empty surroundings, the two of them looked at each other. No one knew what they were thinking. Jianfeng, what should we do? Young master went in. What about us? Should we go in? Zhu Chenxi asked Jian Feng with uncertainty. However, she had already made up her mind. She only wanted to ask for Jian Feng's opinion. No matter what he chose, she had already entered the Sky Dome. Sigh. What else can we do? Since we've already joined the Xuanzong sect, it's our duty to protect the sect leader. Let's go. Hurry up and keep up. After speaking, Jian Feng walked towards the entrance, and Zhu Chenxi followed closely behind him. At this moment, they had wholeheartedly joined Lin Rei's camp. There was no other intention. In the main hall of the Kunlun Immortal sect in the east, a group of people stood on both sides of the hall and looked respectfully at the person above. This person was the current sect leader of the Kunlun Immortal sect, Celestial Emperor Xian Dao. Sect leader, the city governor of Yankuei City was killed, and the first person who went to investigate was also killed. According to the report, the person who killed the disciples was called Lin Rei. There were more than 10 people behind him. Their cultivations were mostly at the Celestial Monarch Realm and the Great Heavenly Realm. After killing the disciples, they left, and we still haven't found their whereabouts. Trash, the disciples were killed in the territory of my sect, and now you're telling me that you can't find the murderer. What did I raise you for? At this moment, Celestial Emperor Xian Dao was furious when he heard the report, and he scolded the person. Go, if the Celestial Monarchs can't do it, then send a Celestial Emperor. You must find them. I won't die, so you must capture them alive and kill them to shake the name of the Kunlun Immortal sect. Yes, I'll do it now. After hearing Celestial Emperor Xian Dao's order, the person immediately walked out and went to instruct the sect leader to hand over the mission. Alright, all of you can leave now. If there's nothing else, don't disturb me. Oh, right, the sect leader of the Xuanzong sect who threatened the Kunlun Immortal sect 100 years ago, you must hurry up and stand up for me. After speaking, Celestial Emperor Xian Dao disappeared from everyone's sight. The elders below left every day they saw him. There was no need for them to stay any longer, so they left. At the same time, the Kunlun Immortal sect sent a few celestial emperors to Yankuei City to investigate the 10 people who killed the disciples of the Kunlun Immortal sect. The main culprit, Lin Rei, had already entered the periphery of the Heavenly Dome, and Jian Feng and a dozen other people followed him. Lin Rei was very glad about this. However, the moment they entered the Heavenly Dome, the scenery changed completely. The inside was not like the outside, where immortal fog lingered around and one could see very clearly. However, danger lurked everywhere. At this moment, Lin Rei's face did not have a trace of happiness at all. Instead, it was full of worry, which was puzzling. Sect leader, what should we do now? The murderous intent hidden in these few years seems to be a shocking giant formation. What do you think? Just as Lin Rei was worrying, Zhu Chenxi walked up and told Lin Rei her opinion. This was also her opinion, and she was not sure whether it was correct or not. Formation? Hearing this, Lin Rei began to look around seriously. After a while, Lin Rei felt that what Zhu Chenxi said was not impossible. He was only a king-level array master now, and he did not understand some formations very well. Therefore, although he was not sure, he already had a clue. It should be. If this is a formation, then the level of this formation is not something I can see through now. If that's the case, then we must be careful when we move forward. Otherwise, the consequences will be unimaginable. Okay. After getting a clue, Lin Rei released his divine sense and spiritual power and began to explore the surrounding terrain. This was because the formation here was very likely to be formed naturally. Usually, although this kind of formation was powerful, there would always be flaws. Slowly, following the guidance of his spiritual power, Lin Rei led the group forward step by step. Moreover, every time they took a step, they would stop and observe to see if there was any danger in front of them, or if there was any other existence. At this time, no one dared to make any guarantees. After probing with his divine sense, he found nothing. At this point, Lin Li began to feel lost. In the past, he had always been very confident in his mastery of spell formations. But now, he felt powerless in the face of everything that was happening. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Lin Rei, who did not know why, faintly felt that the front was extremely dangerous. If he was alone, it would be fine, but there were so many people behind him. Lin Rei did not dare to risk their lives with him. He could not afford to gamble, and he did not dare to gamble. Staying in place, Lin Rei did not dare to take a step or even half a step forward because he could not guarantee that there was no danger ahead. He did not know whether this was a formation or not, so he did not dare to take a step forward. Whoosh, whoosh. Suddenly, there was a breeze in the originally calm place. No one noticed this except for Lin Rei, who noticed that something was wrong. Looking at the towering trees around, there was no place for the wind to blow Lin Rei. At this moment, there was a sudden gust of wind. As the saying goes, when things are abnormal, there must be a demon. At this moment, Lin Rei was vigilant. At the same time, the top-grade immortal equipment on his body was secretly activated. Everyone's defense was at the maximum at this moment. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Suddenly, there was a warning. In an instant, a fierce wind came, giving no time for anyone to prepare. At this moment, Lin Rei, whose defense was at the maximum, was like a sea-stabilizing needle, fixed in place. In the fierce wind, he did not move at all. Lin Rei did not know how to do it, but it did not mean that the others were the same. At this moment, when the fierce wind came, the others were not prepared and were directly blown off their feet by the wind. When Lin Rei saw this scene, a sense of guilt instantly crept into his heart. However, he did not regret it. At this moment, Lin Rei was very sure that this place was a natural formation. As for what it was exactly, he did not know. However, Lin Rei knew one thing. The power of the formation here had exceeded the power of the formation master. Therefore, Lin Rei could not see through it. In an instant, the cultivation of the immortal monarch realm burst out and wrapped up his brothers who were blown off their feet. Then, he pulled them back to his side. Hurry up and use your cultivation to block it. Use the defensive immortal equipment that you can use and the rest of your own. We can't stay here any longer. After he spoke to the dozen or so people on his back, he wrapped them in celestial spiritual chi and moved forward against the wind. At this moment, Lin Rei was struggling with every step. Every step consumed a lot of energy. Originally, Lin Rei was already enough to eat chicken dinner by blocking the fierce wind. Now, with the addition of the dozen people, one could imagine how difficult it would be. I don't believe that such a small difficulty can beat me. Isn't it just a formation? Let's see if I don't *CK you up later. Let's see if you can still be arrogant. Although he said this, he had no confidence at all. He had never seen such a formation before, let alone break it. Moreover, it was such a large-scale formation formed naturally. Pfft, ha ha ha. Suddenly, a laugh sounded. Instantly, black lines appeared on Lin Rei's head. He looked as if he had been defeated. This scene was unforgettable. Ha ha ha, what are you laughing at? Hurry up and think of a solution. Hurry up and tell me, what is this thing? How can it be so powerful? What kind of formation is this? Why are its abilities so different? Hurry up and tell me. If you don't tell me, I will break off our friendship and ignore you. Chapter 370. Oh, you're ignoring me? Ha 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 ha, Lin Ray, oh Lin Ray, you're getting cuter and cuter. Perhaps it was because he was nervous, but he spoke in an incomparable manner. However, this was caught by the little dragon and he couldn't escape teasing him. After all, this was a rare opportunity. This was the first time he heard Lin Ray speak, but it could be seen that he had encountered a difficult problem. Okay, I'll tell you. Isn't it just this formation in front of you? Wait. After teasing for a while, the little dragon knew the severity of the situation and disappeared. The moment the little dragon disappeared, Lin Ray's consciousness was pulled into the system. Ding dong, scanning the distribution of Tianxiong Mountain for the host, please wait. Listening to the system's mechanical voice, Lin Ray knew that the next step was to find out the origin of this formation. Therefore, Lin Ray began to wait seriously. Time passed by minute by minute. At this time, Lin Ray kept waiting, but the answer never came. Damn, what's going on? Didn't you say it would be soon? Thinking that the people outside were in danger, Lin Ray couldn't help but roar angrily. His face was ferocious, his eyes were bloodshot, and he looked like a crazy wild beast. Please wait, please wait. Hearing Lin Ray's roar, the system quickly said. Sure enough, after another 10 minutes, the answer was finally revealed. Ding dong, scanning completed. Ding dong, Tianxiong Mountain, east of the Immortal Realm. Ding dong, Heaven's Vault Mountain is formed by 360 mountain ranges, forming a natural formation. It's called the Heavenly Cycle Mystic Formation. Ding dong, Heavenly Cycle Mystic Formation, a Grand Master level formation. It is formed by 3 nines and 360 mountains. It includes illusions, killing, entrapment, confusion, devouring, reincarnation, and many other formations. It is a unique colossus. If one does not understand the mysteries of this formation, they will definitely die. Ding dong, with the host's current realm and comprehensive strength, it will be very difficult to pass. Ding dong, since you're here, let's take a look at your information and see your current strength. Linli, who was as silent as gold, listened to the system's explanation to Tianxiong. At this moment, Linli finally understood why he was so powerless. One was a king, while the other was a zone. There was no way to compare them, all right? After a moment of silence, Lin Ray calmed himself down. Then, following the system's instructions, he went to the place where his information was. Because Lin Ray really didn't know how to leave the Grandmaster level formation successfully. Was a Grandmaster level formation. When he raised his head, all of his information appeared before his eyes. Name, Lin Ray. Age, 162. Cultivation, early stage experience, 64291384. 8 billion, spiritual roots, thunder, fire, wood, metal. Talent, Peak Immortal Emperor Cultivation Method, Chaotic Scripture Level 2, Incomplete, Devouring Heavenly Skill, Growable, Hongmeng Elixir Refining, Entry-Level Cultivation Method, Cloud Formula, Emperor Level Cultivation Method, Same Formation, Emperor Level Cultivation Method, Tyrant Body Technique, Emperor Level Cultivation Method, Thunder Tyrant Body, Grand Master Level Secret Method, Martial Skills, Butterfly Step, Entry Level, Star Finger, Proficient, Silent Thunder Spear Art, High Level. Profound Martial Skill, now practiced to the entry level, can produce 3 Thunderbolts, Myriad Sword Art, Heaven Level, Level 3 Incineration, Emperor Level, Dragon Subduing Step, Emperor Level, Azura Spear Art, King Level, Azura Sword Formation, King Level, Lightning Changes, Emperor Level, Spiritual Treasure, Martial Emperor Divine Spear, Top Grade Fairy Weapon, Growable, Myriad Magic Sword, Ungraded, Myriad Beasts Furnace, Heaven and Earth Bell, Top Grade Fairy Weapon, Heavenly Temple. Top Grade Fairy Weapon, Equipment, Cloud Treading Boots, High Grade Spiritual Artifact, Purple Cloud Daoist Robe, High Grade Spiritual Artifact, Purple Cloud Inner Armor, high-grade spiritual artifact, purple jade crown, low-grade immortal artifact, purple jade wood king hairpin, low-grade immortal artifact, middle-grade immortal artifact set carefree. Mount, primordial unity golden celestial lottery roulette, 2 champion lottery system. The champion lottery opportunity has been used up. This system has been permanently sealed. Reputation points, 130,000 exchange points, 0 spiritual stones, 0 heaven level alchemist, 3685050000, king level array master, 624301000000, top grade spiritual medicine, heavenly materials and earthly treasures, 50 kilograms of purple gold nephrite, 50 kilograms of purple gold sand, 50 kilograms of purple gold godly iron. Subsidiary task, within 300 years, reach the cultivation level imagined by the system. If you can't do it, the system has the right to kill you directly. When you have enough strength, rescue the suppressed Paisho. Pills, 11 mind control pills, 7,836 mind control pills. Oh, Sai, I, Lin Ray, have been afraid of anything in my 100 years of cultivation. I didn't expect to be blocked by such a small array today. Sai, forget it. Since we can't share the good times, we'll share the bad times. Lin Ray didn't want to say anything about his own information. When he thought of his disciples and the others who were in danger at their age, it was difficult for him to stay in there for even half a minute. Then, he left the system and returned to his body. Sigh. Lin Ray, who returned to his body, sighed deeply. Then, he started to see how they were doing, but the little dragon suddenly appeared and blocked his view. Oh, don't be so discouraged. You can't do it doesn't mean I can't, really. With that, Lin Ray swept away all the haze from before, and his face was full of joy. Are you sure? This is a Grandmaster level array. Although I know you're very powerful, but... At this point, Lin Ray didn't continue. However, at this moment, the little dragon was unwilling. Damn, you're really something. I've helped you so much in the past, and even now, you still doubt that I don't have the ability to help you. Good, Lin Ray, you're really something. Who said that an artifact spirit couldn't have a temper? At this moment, Xiaolong was angry. He turned his head and looked at her with a very angry expression. Ha ha ha, okay, little dragon, I know I'm wrong. I believe you. Hurry up and tell me how to get out of here. At this moment, Lin Ray was very anxious. He didn't want to waste his time here. Alright, I'm discussing this with you. This is a Grandmaster level array formation. I'll give you 2 options. The first option is to add some materials and other things and turn this natural array formation into your own mountain gate. The second is to take you out of here as usual. As for the array here, it's still here to prevent others from coming in. Tell me, which one do you want? At this moment, Lin Ray didn't need to choose between the 2 choices in front of him at all. Anyone would know how awesome it would be to claim this Grandmaster level array formation as their own. However, how could Lin Ray choose the second choice, unless Lin Ray was a fool? Otherwise, no one would choose the second choice. Damn, you're talking nonsense. Of course, it's the first choice. Hurry up, don't talk nonsense. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Ray rolled his eyes and suddenly felt helpless. Okay, but you have to pay a price. You have to give me your 180,000 reputation points. Also, you have to exchange points for the reputation points you get in the future until you pay off all the debt. Of course, you can choose not to give it to me, but you have to think about those Xuanzong Sect disciples outside. Suddenly, Lin Ray was stuck in a dead end. If he wanted to have another choice, it meant that his character and sense of responsibility were not worthy of trust. Damn. Damn you, you're just robbing me, do you know that? Although Lin Ray was happy with his words, he still had to give it back. There was no other way. Who asked the little dragon to be so awesome? And he just happened to have something to ask of him. scold me all you want. Anyway, you'll agree in the end. I'm not in a hurry. Looking at the little dragon's shameless face, Lin Rei really wanted to go up and beat him up, but he held back in the end. Okay, hurry up and tell me the method. Okay, you can draw the lottery. After you draw the lottery, you'll get what you want. Looking at the dragging Lin Rei, the little dragon laughed very happily. You've got guts. As he spoke, Lin Rei's divine sense entered the system and came to the lottery space. Looking up at the golden wheel, Lin Rei's eyes were full of helplessness. I want to draw the lottery, right now, right now. With that, the golden wheel in the air started spinning instantly. There was no indication of any direction, and the speed was very fast. The needle skipped many grids one by one, and he was very nervous. Of course, at this time, he had no feelings, because this was related to their lives. The wheel stopped, and the system's voice sounded. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for drawing an elixir to upgrade to an Emperor-level Array Master. The Divine Travel Elixir, an Emperor-level elixir, has no side effects and can be used at will. F***ck, is this real? Hearing the system say that he had drawn something, Lin Rei was stunned. Because, he never thought that he would draw something like this. This was something that he would never believe even if he was beaten to death. Ding dong, does the host want to continue drawing the lottery? After asking this question, Lin Rei made a decision without hesitation. Draw, hurry up. With the first time, it meant that the little dragon's words were true. As he spoke, the golden wheel in the sky started spinning again. At this time, Lin Rei was really excited. Round after round, and with every round, Lin Rei's excitement increased by 1 point. This feeling was indescribable. Ding dong, the lottery system stopped. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for drawing a set of the Bright Rain Palace. Ding dong, the Bright Rain Palace, a low-grade divine artifact, has meridians for defense, attack, and suppression of the eye of the array. This set has 360 palaces, and it has a lot of Taoist rhymes. Cough, 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 cough. Lin Rei was completely stunned by the system's words. This was one of the good things that he had never received since he got the system. At this moment, Lin Rei felt that he was dreaming. Such a good thing, and a divine artifact at that, had appeared in his hands. This and the divine travel elixir were of the same level in Lin Rei's eyes. The more he thought about it, the more excited Lin Rei became. However, Lin Rei didn't understand how to solve this problem in front of him. Could it be solved by breaking through to the Emperor level? How could that be possible? The array in front of him was at the Grandmaster level. Chapter 371. Well, don't think too much. It's actually very simple to break the formation and use the ice for your own use. In fact, the Bright Rain Palace itself is a formation. As long as the Bright Rain Palace is suppressed in the 360 caves in the sky, they will suppress all the immortal chi in the sky, including the spirit veins, and not let it slip away. Speaking of this, the little dragon's face was full of pride. Looking at him, Lin Rei really wanted to go up and give him a big slap. However, there is a particularly good thing in the Bright Rain Palace. After the 360 palaces are suppressed separately, they will condense into an unimaginable middle-grade divine artifact palace. It will be the hub of the entire Bright Rain Palace. At the same time, it will also be the largest palace in the entire Bright Rain Palace. What, there's another one? And it's a middle-grade divine artifact? Unexpectedly, there was an unexpected surprise at the end. It had to be said that the system was quite humane. Ha ha ha, good, good, good. I didn't expect the Bright Rain Palace to be so awesome. Good. At this moment, Lin Rei was overjoyed. Thinking that he could solve the problem and have a powerful grand level formation to protect the sect, Lin Rei was so happy that he couldn't close his mouth. Of course, because he was too happy, his actions attracted the attention of the people around him. If they had tasted it, it wouldn't have been eye-catching. However, at this moment, life and death were the key. Being able to laugh at this time was indeed something that made people feel that something was wrong. Master, what's wrong? Lin Wanyu was a little scared. She was afraid that something would happen to her master. Thinking of this, she couldn't help but go up to Lin Rei and ask in a low voice. Her eyes were full of worry. Not only Lin Wanyu, but the others were also like this. Here, and even in the entire immortal realm, Lin Rei was their backbone. If something happened to their backbone, then they could only accept their fate. Lin Rei, who was talking to the little dragon, suddenly heard his eldest disciple's voice. He quickly recovered and responded. What's wrong, you, Lin Rei felt even more guilty when he saw that not a single person was missing, but they all seemed to be in a sorry state. Huff. Master, you scared me to death just now. In such a dangerous situation, you actually smiled. I thought something happened to you. As she spoke, tears began to swirl in Lin Wanyu's eyes until they finally flowed out. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei was helpless. He was most afraid of girls crying. This was especially true for Lin Wanyu, who had watched her grow up and was like a daughter to her. Seeing her sad eldest disciple, Lin Rei hurriedly stepped forward to dissuade her. All right, Rainy, I'm fine. I just thought of a way to get out. Perhaps Happy didn't tell you about it, so I made you worry. I was wrong. Don't worry, I won't make the same mistake again, okay? At that moment, Lin Rei no longer had the awe-inspiring, domineering, and resolute spirit he had in the past. At that moment, everything was gone, and Lin Rei's image was instantly severely damaged. Alright, you have to remember what you said just now. If you can't do it, I'll ask my master to be the judge. Once she finished speaking, a smile instantly appeared on her face, and Lin Rei silently agreed to his previous actions. Alright, everyone, rest for a while. If there isn't any danger now, I'll bring everyone out of here safely in a while. When they saw how confident their sect master was, they believed him without knowing it. Their previous panic also calmed down at that moment. We believe in you, sect master. After they bowed to Lin Rei, they sat on the ground. Even though there was no scene of them chatting and laughing, it was already much better than before. Okay. Looking at them, Lin Li nodded with a smile on his face, and then continued to ask Xiaolong for advice on how to suppress the beasts. No one looked at Lin Rei anymore. Even his eldest disciple, Lin Wanyu, who had caused a ruckus earlier, sat quietly beside everyone. Ha. When Lin Rei's divine sense entered the system space, he heard an ear-piercing laughter. Instantly, Lin Rei looked at the little dragon, who was laughing heartily, with black lines all over his head. For a moment, he didn't know what to say. Alright. Lin Rei, oh Lin Rei, I didn't expect that. Not only are you afraid of your wife, but you're also afraid of your own disciple. What a pity, ha. That one sentence made Lin Li wish he could find a hole in the ground and crawl into it, never to come out again. This time, in front of Xiaolong, he had lost all his face. Alright, are you done yet? Hurry up and talk about how to suppress the firmament. Don't talk about me all day like a gossipy woman. You're making things difficult for me. Right now, Lin Li only wanted to quickly change the topic. Of course, Xiaolong knew what Lin Li was thinking. As the saying goes, see through but don't say it out loud. Since Lin Li wanted to talk about it, Xiaolong would follow his heart and talk about Lin Li's matter. Actually, you're also worried. The matter of suppressing the firmament is actually very simple. You just need to find a place where the dragon vein is, then use the combination of the chi of immortal spirit and the chi of the dragon vein. Then, inject the two chis into the bright rain palace. Listening to the little dragon's explanation, Lin Rei suddenly felt like this was a scam. How could a grandmaster level formation be so easy to break? In this regard, Lin Rei had some doubts. Little dragon, are you sure this is all? Is there nothing else? Looking at Lin Rei's doubts, the little dragon was helpless, but he had no choice but to say it again. Humph, you brat, I know what you're talking about. Are you stupid? Once the Bright Rain Palace is opened, there's no time for you. Besides, the system recognizes you as the master, so you don't need to refine the entire Bright Rain Palace at all. It will be at your disposal. Besides, the Bright Rain Palace itself is a formation. As long as you successfully open it, it will automatically choose a place and then suppress it. In the future, you just need to watch and there's no need to do anything else. Finally, after explaining everything in one breath, the little dragon disappeared from Lin Rei's sight. After listening to the little dragon's explanation, Lin Rei understood. However, when he came back to his senses and looked at the little dragon, he realized that the little dragon's shadow was still there. Hee, thank you. Lin Rei bowed to the air, then his consciousness returned to his body and he woke up. Phew. There's finally a solution. However, the dragon's vein, how can the dragon's vein be found so easily? Although the formation was solved, a new one would appear. In this difficult place, finding the dragon's vein was undoubtedly like finding a needle in a haystack. It was extremely difficult. With that thought, Lin Rei woke everyone up. Alright, get up. We have to hurry and find the dragon's vein. Everyone, pay attention. Lin Rei's words instantly woke everyone up. They stood up and stood behind Lin Rei respectfully. Following Lin Rei, everyone moved forward slowly. At this time, Lin Rei was really helpless. He really wanted to find the dragon's vein, but things often went against his wishes, which made him very unhappy. It had been 5 days since the little dragon told Lin Rei about the matter. During these 5 days, Lin Rei and more than 10 people were constantly at the dragon's vein. However, in the end, things did not go as planned. During these 5 days, Lin Rei was at his wit's end when it came to the dragon's vein. There was no way at all. The morale of the group was also fluctuating during these few days. Sigh. Linley, are you an idiot? This sentence shocked Lin Rei. After hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei, who was originally walking, instantly stopped in his tracks. He looked coldly ahead, his eyes full of confusion. What? Lin Rei, who did not know what was going on, could only ask the little dragon. At this moment, the little dragon looked at Lin Rei with a helpless expression. You can't find the dragon's vein by yourself. You have to use the Bright Rain Palace. It can only appear at the dragon's vein. Therefore, finding the dragon's vein is the most powerful. What about you? What are you doing? This sentence directly exposed Lin Rei's efforts over the past few days as a waste. Suddenly, Lin Rei was even more speechless than the little dragon. Okay, I got it. He did not want to say anything more because he knew that if he continued, the little dragon would scold him. Then, success would come naturally. He did not want to be scolded for no reason. After learning the method, Lin Rei used the Bright Rain Palace to sense the location of the dragon's vein. However, it could only be said that there were many coincidences. The dragon's vein was very close to them. It could be said that it was right in front of them. From the direction of the Bright Rain Palace, the dragon's vein was located about 10 meters to the southeast. After knowing this, Lin Rei was completely speechless. After leading Lin Rei to the location of the dragon's vein, he did not waste any time and directly took out the Bright Rain Palace. At this time, the Ming clan's vein was just a small model. To outsiders, it was just a toy, but in fact, this thing was a set of divine artifacts. Ha! With a loud shout, Linley spun to the left, and all of his immortal chi began to pour into the Bright Rain Palace. At the same time, the draconic energy, under Linley's control, began to gush out of the ground and into the Bright Rain Palace. Whoosh! A dazzling light penetrated the Bright Rain Palace. Lin Rei, who was closest to it, was fine. However, Lin Wanyu and a dozen others closed their eyes in pain. Lin Rei did not notice their abnormality. At this moment, Lin Rei only wanted to end the battle quickly and suppress the sky. The light became stronger and stronger, but the immortal qi in Lin Rei's body became weaker and weaker. His face also became pale with the loss of the immortal qi. Cough, cough, it's almost done, almost done. Feeling the bright rain palace's aura becoming stronger and stronger, Lin Rei blossomed into a happy smile. This was because this place would soon belong to his sect. Chapter 372. The situation was getting more and more intense. At this moment, Lin Rei's face was as white as a sheet of paper. His lips were devoid of color, and his body was trembling uncontrollably. A feeling of exhaustion welled up within him, but for the sake of success, he had no choice but to endure all the discomfort and persevere. Otherwise, everything he had learned before would have been for naught, and their lives might have been in danger. All of this was the reason why Lin Li persevered. A buzzing sound entered Lin Rei's ears. Lin Rei knew that it might be because he was about to complete it. Fang Jianfeng and the rest seemed to have no feeling at all. Their eyes were still tightly shut, and it was difficult for them to open them. They still had lingering fears from what had happened before, and they were completely unaware of Lin Rei's current situation. Boom! Suddenly, a terrifying pressure burst out from the bright rain palace. Lin Li, who was holding it, had already been on the verge of collapse. But now, he once more suffered a heavy blow. From this, one could imagine that although he hadn't completely collapsed, he still wasn't in a good condition. Damn! Why didn't the little dragon tell me that opening this thing would be so difficult? Sigh. Hurry up and open it, or I really won't be able to hold on. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was about to collapse, prayed silently in his heart, hoping that the bright rain palace would open quickly. At this moment, the draconic energy seemed to be on the verge of exhaustion. Regarding this, Lin Rei really did not know what to do. Sigh. Isn't it just opening the bright rain palace? Is it so difficult? At this moment, in the system space, the little dragon looked at Lin Rei's current state and the draconic energy that seemed to be on the verge of exhaustion. For a moment, its brows were tightly knitted, and it looked like it could not bear to continue watching. Since you're the system master, how can I not help you? However, your exchange points will be gone. Saying this, a blue soul force flew out of the system from Little Dragon's hand and directly entered the ground. However, Lin Rei, who was in the outside world, was completely unaware of this action. What's more, that strand of spiritual energy which Xiaolong had just sent out was extremely powerful. Even if all of Lin Li's immortal qi was added together, it still wouldn't be able to compare to that strand of spiritual energy which Xiaolong had sent out. Boom! Just as Lin Li was about to reach his limit, a terrifying draconic aura suddenly erupted from the ground. This draconic aura was dozens of times more powerful than it had been before. Feeling this, Lin Rei hurriedly pulled himself together. Previously, he wanted to give up because the draconic vein energy was about to be exhausted. However, at this moment, the draconic vein energy was so strong, how could Lin Rei give up? Saying this, Lin Rei took out a bunch of elixirs to recover his immortal qi and swallowed them all in one go. He did not know if there were any conflicting substances, but at this moment, Lin Rei did not care so much. As long as he could replenish his immortal qi, anything was fine. Boom! The elixirs that he swallowed melted instantly, forming a dense immortal qi that rushed towards Lin Rei's Dan Palace. Following this, the immortal qi that had just entered the Dan Palace disappeared instantly. It was extracted by Lin Rei to open the Bright Rain Palace. It could even be said that the current Lin Rei was just a converter between elixirs and immortal qi. Huff, huff, huff. At this moment, the opening speed of the Bright Rain Palace was 3 to 4 times faster than before. Looking at this scene, Lin Rei revealed a smile. However, at this moment, Lin Rei looked much better without a smile. Time passed by slowly. The immortal chi and draconic vein energy were injected together, and this continued for 15 days. As long as the immortal chi was exhausted, Lin Rei would use elixirs to convert it. Therefore, during this process, Lin Rei had unknowingly shaken his foundation. If he did not repair it as soon as possible, the consequences for his future cultivation would be unimaginable. Wang. Suddenly, just as Lin Rei felt that the immortal chi was about to be exhausted and decided to eat elixirs to replenish his immortal chi, the bright rain palace that he had been fighting for half a month emitted a different light. Swoosh. In an instant, everything happened. Light radiated in all directions and the bright rain palace flew upwards. As for Lin Rei, the moment the bright rain palace left, his vision turned black and his limbs became powerless. He could no longer feel anything and fell to the ground, unconscious. When the strong light disappeared, Jian Feng and the others opened their eyes. However, the first thing they saw when they opened their eyes was the unconscious Lin Rei lying on the ground. Ah, Sect leader, young master, what happened to you? Lin Rei's unconsciousness made everyone panic because they did not know what had happened. The first thing they saw when they woke up was their backbone lying on the ground. Anyone would panic. Among the more than 10 people, Dong Xiaonan quickly squatted on the ground to feel Lin Rei. However, after a while, Dong Xiaonan stood up and said to everyone with a relaxed expression, "Don't worry, young master is fine. He just exhausted his immortal chi and is exhausted. It's not a big problem. He just needs to rest." Swoosh, 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 swoosh. Suddenly, the sound of something breaking through the air came from above. When everyone heard the strange sound, they looked up. At this moment, a huge palace was sitting in the sky. Rays of light of the same color flew out and flew in all directions. At the same time, waves of powerful pressure came from the bright light. Only now did everyone realize that given Linley's current situation, all of them knew that all of this had been caused by Linley himself. For a moment, everyone felt guilty for Lin Rei. They did not help much and in the end, they only caused trouble. The palace in the sky was still emitting light. This phenomenon lasted for a long time and finally stopped. However, at this moment, everyone found that a palace that was the same as the palace above them, but not the same size, appeared out of thin air not far away. Hey, what's going on? The strange scene made everyone uncomfortable. They had no choice but to look up and see what would happen to the palace. At this moment, Linley was still unconscious, but his divine sense was still spread throughout his body, observing everything that was happening. Dong, 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 dong. Suddenly, a loud sound accompanied by the feeling of the earth shaking and mountains shaking came. Things happened too suddenly. Everyone lost their balance and fell to the ground. However, Bing came to Lin Rei's side in advance and used his body to protect Lin Rei's body so that he would not be injured. Lin Rei was naturally unaware of all this. Although he was unconscious, he released his divine sense to observe the bright rain palace's actions. Lin Rei did not know anything else. The loud sound lasted 360 times. Everyone remembered this in their hearts, but they did not know what was going on. They were very puzzled. Wang. Suddenly, an invisible force dragged everyone up and flew into the sky. Of course, the unconscious Lin Rei was no exception. The trees in Tianxiong Mountain existed when this place was formed. Since no one came here in a hurry, most of the trees here were very big. After flying for a while, they finally got out of the forest and into the sky. However, at this moment, they saw something that they would never believe. At this moment, palaces were located on every mountain top. Moreover, each palace carried a huge pressure. At the same time, they could not sense the grades of the palaces. They were shocked by this. Were there 360 palaces? Thinking of the 360 sounds from before and the palaces on the mountain top, they could not help but connect the dots. I think. I think so. Wang. 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 Suddenly, at the highest point in the sky, where there was nothing before, the shadow of a huge and unparalleled palace slowly appeared. In the group, the sharp-eyed Karen saw the shadow of the huge palace and shouted without thinking, "Eldest. Eldest senior sister, look, look." While everyone was looking at the palaces on the mountain top in shock, they were attracted by Karen's voice. When they looked up at the place Karen was pointing at, everyone froze on the spot. They stood motionless in the air and watched the huge palace take shape. However, no one realized that Lin Rei's consciousness, which had been spread out outside, had returned to his body the moment the palace was completed. As a result, Lin Rei's eyes, which had been tightly shut, opened at this moment. Letting out a soft groan, he slowly stood up. However, perhaps because he was too weak, Linley, who had just stood up, suddenly fell back down onto the ground. Everyone who was admiring the illusory palace turned around to look when they heard the strange sound behind them. Lin Rei's figure entered their vision. At this moment, everyone hurried over to help Lin Rei up. How is it? How are these palaces? The first thing Lin Rei did after standing up was to survey the entire sky with his eyes. He was very excited when he saw that this place with a radius of more than 500,000 kilometers had been integrated into his sect. Of course, he didn't forget to ask what everyone thought at this moment. Everyone was stunned when they heard Lin Rei's question. Then, they said, "Very good. This place is simply a paradise. The immortal spirit energy here is already abundant. If it weren't for the danger, this place would have been occupied by others long ago. Furthermore, this place is rich in resources. In the future, the things we have here will be enough for everyone's cultivation needs." At this moment, everyone understood what Linley meant. This place was theirs. No one could take it away from them. They were very, very happy about this. At the same time, they felt proud to have such a sect master. Boom! Suddenly, a loud sound was heard. Everyone's eyes turned to the illusory palace. The illusory palace from before had disappeared. At this moment, the huge palace had taken shape and turned into a real palace floating in the air. The last palace has finally condensed. I just didn't expect it to float in the air. TSK, I really don't know who refined this. How ingenious. However, I like it. Chapter 373. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Just as everyone was immersed in joy, beams of light shot out from the largest palace and began to connect the palaces one by one. Suddenly, a wave of coercion descended. This coercion was something none of them had ever felt before. Even Hao Tian, the president of the Formation Guild, did not make Lin Rei's formation feel uncomfortable. Plop. The moment the coercion appeared, everyone, including Lin Rei, was directly suppressed to the ground, motionless. Even when Lin Rei used all his strength, he did not move at all. This scene shocked everyone, especially Lin Rei. He did not expect the coercion to be so strong. How is it? This new formation is not bad, right? Just as Lin Rei was at a loss for words, the little dragon's voice rang out. Immediately, Lin Rei knew what was going on. Previously, when he obtained the Bright Rain Palace, the little dragon said that this palace was both the address and the formation. However, Lin Rei did not expect the formation to be so powerful. For a moment, Linley's heart was filled with both joy and sorrow. He was happy because this place would belong to him in the future, but he was sad because if he were to activate the formation in the future, he would be suppressed. What would he do then? Linley, who had arrived first, couldn't help but want to ask for guidance. However, Xiaolong didn't give Linley the opportunity to speak and spoke again. Don't worry. This is just a place where the formation is set up. It will only suppress you this time. It won't happen again in the future. Any disciple who is recognized by the palace will not be suppressed by the formation. So, don't worry. Here, you are the king. No one will dare to help you. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei smiled because this was what he wanted. As long as the formation was awesome, it was fine. Right, the original formation has not changed. As long as you are a disciple of the Xuanzong sect, you will be safe and sound. Don't think about anything else. In the future, this will be your paradise and also your weakness. As long as you live in this comfortable life for a long time, your combat strength and other things will. At this point, the little dragon shrugged and did not continue. At this moment, the little dragon explained the purpose and functions of this formation to Lin Rei. However, in the end, the little dragon's face was full of worry. Well, don't worry. When the Xuanzong sect is on the right track, I will go out and explore the immortal realm. I haven't even been here before. There are so many wines that I haven't drunk. How can I live here for a long time? In fact, even if the little dragon did not say anything, Lin Rei had already thought about it. After the Xuanzong sect was on the right track, Lin Rei would leave and explore the immortal realm. Therefore, even without the little dragon's words, Lin Rei knew what to do next. Well, it's good that you know. By the way, this formation is called the Heavenly Cycle Xianyuan Evolution Formation. It is also a formation at the peak of the Grandmaster realm. Shut up. The little dragon disappeared, and Lin Rei recovered from the little dragon's words. At this moment, perhaps the formation had succeeded, so the pressure disappeared. At the same time, a thin ray of light, as thin as a hair, entered Lin Rei's mind in an instant without him noticing. Without a whing sound, a memory that did not belong to him appeared in his mind. After feeling this, Lin Rei's consciousness instantly entered the sea of consciousness and received a memory that was not inferior to his own. The Heavenly Cycle Xianyuan Evolution Formation is at the peak of the Grandmaster realm. It can create illusions, trap, kill, suppress, destroy, and so on. Thank you. These are all the functions of the formation. Every type of formation is at the Emperor realm. The eye of the formation is the palace on the top of each mountain, and the final hub is the illusionary palace. As long as the palace is not destroyed, the other functions will exist forever. After sorting out the information, Lin Rei realized that this was the function of the formation, how he opened it, the level of the formation, and some other random things. After sorting out the information, Lin Rei returned to his body and woke up with a bang. Well, you are all the tribe leaders of the big tribes. Hurry up and find your own palaces. You can choose any of the 360 palaces. I will give each tribe 2 palaces, one for each tribe leader and one for all the disciples. Of course, personal disciples can live in your palaces. As soon as Lin Rei finished speaking, Jian Feng, Zhu Chenxi, and the others screamed. Their voices were so loud that even Lin Rei could not bear it. Well, hurry up and go. After you find your palaces, come to my Bright Rain Palace to pick them up. As for Xiaoyu and the other 4, follow me to my residence. After saying this, Lin Rei led the 5 of them to the highest and largest palace in the sky. It had just been formed. After Lin Rei disappeared, Jian Feng and the others went to find their own residences according to Lin Rei's suggestion. At this time, Lin Rei came to the Bright Rain Palace. Although it was a palace, it was very big and had everything. The main hall of the Xuanzong sect, the auxiliary halls, and even the living quarters were divided. There were many casualties. Lin Rei saw everything in a short time. Well, go and find your own residences. After you find them, come to the main hall to find me. After saying this, Lin Rei parted ways with his disciples and went to the main hall. Lin Wanyu and the other 4 also went to find their own residences. Soon, Lin Rei came to the main hall. He looked up. The palace was very big, enough to hold 10,000 people. Looking at the palace, Lin Rei was very excited. Looking up, the 3 words, Tianshan Palace, fell into Lin Rei's eyes. Tianshan Palace, not bad, not bad. With a creaking sound, the door was pushed open by Linley. He strolled in, and upon entering, Linley saw that there were 9 pillars within the main hall, all of which were made from some unknown type of gemstone. Directly in front of them, there was a throne, with the 9 heavens 5-clawed golden dragon engraved upon it. It was so lifelike that if Linley hadn't known beforehand that it was fake, he would have believed it to be real. With a swoosh, Linley instantly disappeared from where he was standing. When he reappeared, he was already seated on the seat of the sect leader. Ha ha ha, the 9 heavens Xuanzong sect has appeared. Immortal divinities have nothing to fear. After saying this, Lin Rei closed his eyes and waited for the various leaders to come and take their disciples. Not long after, more than 10 leaders hurried into the Tianshan Palace. Looking at Lin Rei, they all knelt on the ground and bowed. We have been waiting for Sect Master for 100 years. We have chosen our residences. When they came in, Lin Rei had already noticed them. When he heard them bowing, Lin Rei opened his eyes and nodded. Everyone, rise. After saying this, the kneeling leaders stood up. Lin Rei's divine sense entered the heaven and earth bell and the cloud pagoda, moving the tens of thousands of disciples outside the main hall. Okay, go and take your disciples back and settle down. From today onwards, my 9 heavens Xuanzong sect will take over Sky Dome. Chapter 374. At this moment, the division leaders knew that the most important thing was to arrange for the disciples to return to their own places. Therefore, the division leaders did not hesitate. After bidding farewell to Lin Rei, they went to the door, found their own disciples, and left. Right now, within the main hall, there was only Linley, seated on the sovereign's throne, and the only male elder of the sect. When he saw that there was no one else, Lin Rei stood up and walked to the side of the male younger brother. He patted his shoulder with a smile and said, "Haha, let's go. Come with me to take a look at your place. After all, you are an elder of the sect, and also my brother." Okay. Lin Rei's words warmed Dong Xiaonan's heart. He did not refuse and followed Lin Rei. The male younger brother's eyes were wet. If he had not met Lin Rei in the past, he would not have had this kind of power and status. Perhaps he would still be a nameless disciple in the profound sky continent, or perhaps he would have been killed by someone. Arriving at the edge of the heavenly stellar palace, he looked down and saw a huge palace standing on top of a huge mountain. These palaces were also divided into different sizes. The one at the top was Lin Rei's Tianshan Palace. There were 5 palaces, second only to the Tianshan Palace where Lin Rei lived. Then there were the division leaders, then the protectors, then the inner sect, outer sect, and of course, the servant disciples. Male brother, look. You can live in any of the 5 big palaces in front of you. From now on, the palace you choose is yours. As for the name of the palace, you can just report it to me when everything is settled. Lin Rei's words made Dong Xiaonan, who was standing to the side, show a trace of hesitation. Logically speaking, his rank in the sect could be said to be average. He felt a little apologetic about living in such a large palace. Just as the male younger brother was about to refuse, Lin Rei said again, "Don't worry. Don't feel pressured. This is what you deserve. You are the only elder in the sect now. Similarly, you are the source of the sect's resources, so don't think too much about it." Lin Rei's words instantly woke Dong Xiaonan up. "Alright, I'll take it. If there's nothing else, I'll take my leave first." "Well, okay, you can leave. But after you're done, come to my place and ask your sister-in-law to cook you a good meal. We can drink some wine and talk about some things." After nodding in agreement, Dong Xiaonan disappeared from Lin Rei's side. At that moment, Lin Rei was looking down at the sky with a smile on his face. At that moment, Lin Rei was in a very good mood. Ding dong. Mission: within 5 years, invite the emperors of the 5 great empires and the sect leaders of the 5 great sects, and inform the immortal world that the Xuanzong sect has reappeared. What? Originally, Lin Rei was very happy. However, all of a sudden, Lin Rei's elegance disappeared, and he was stunned on the spot. Oh, right, if you can't complete the mission given by the system in 5 years, then I'm sorry. Although we are old acquaintances, I can't give you face. If you can't complete it or exceed the time limit, you will be obliterated. Suddenly, just as the system finished speaking, a chill flashed across his neck. For a moment, Lin Rei couldn't help but shrink his neck. Damn, are you King kidding me? The 5 great empires and the 5 great sects, are you King kidding me? With my current level, it's hard to say whether they will scorn me or not, let alone coming here to participate in the Xuanzong Sect's reappearance celebration. Isn't this bullshit? Of course, these were just thoughts in Lin Rei's mind. If he really said it out loud, Lin Rei really didn't dare to say it out loud. After all, Lin Rei knew what the system was capable of. Can I not accept the mission? At this time, Lin Rei started to bargain with the system like a scoundrel. For a moment, the system was speechless. What do you think the system is? A grocery market, where you can bargain? It's settled. Hurry up and complete the mission. 5 years, TSK. After saying that, the system's voice disappeared directly. At this moment, Lin Rei's face drooped to the ground, as if he had eaten poop. Boy, hurry up and complete the mission given by the system. With the level of your sect and your comprehensive strength, you don't have to be afraid of them. In Tianqiong, you are the god. As long as they are not at the celestial prime level, basically nothing will happen. Even if they are fake celestial primes, they will not be able to return. As soon as the system's voice disappeared, the little dragon's reassurance pill appeared in front of Lin Rei, which calmed Lin Rei down instantly. Alas! Look! In a while, my boy will come over and help me spread the news. His business should be in the 5 sects of the immortal realm now. As for whether they will come or not, that's not certain. At this time, Lin Rei did not know that 100 years ago, when he killed a celestial emperor and hundreds of high-ranking disciples in the immortal realm in the ruins of Jingqing City, the name of his Xuanzong sect had already passed through the ears of the 5 great empires and the 5 great sects. However, at that time, Lin Rei was in the blood pool in the ruins and had no idea about this. Therefore, he was a little worried about the mission at this moment. Well, the others have gone to find a place to live. You haven't released that little girl Jean Ling for 100 years. I guess you are in trouble now. Damn, how could I forget about this? This is really bad. The little dragon's words completely woke Lin Rei up. In an instant, Lin Rei's body trembled and then disappeared. When he reappeared, he was already in the residence behind Tianshan Palace. At this moment, a palace that was not very luxurious, not very beautiful, and not very big entered Lin Rei's eyes. It revealed a simple and grand aura, which made Lin Rei feel very comfortable looking at it. And I believe that Ling will like living here. Maybe when she sees this place, she will forget that I released her for 100 years. Alas, there is also an I don't know if they have been well for the past 100 years. He did not enter, but stood at the door. In an instant, his mind entered the 9th floor of the Cloud Pagoda. Looking at his wife and son, his eyes became moist. At the same time, with a thought, the mother and son were moved to the entrance of Tianshan Palace's residence. As for Jean Ling, she did not even need to think about it because in this world, only her husband had this ability. Looking at everything in front of her, Jean Ling did not say much. Instead, she stood there with a face full of complaints. She did not even look at it and just stared straight ahead. Beside her, Jean En did not complain like Jean Ling. He was like a curious baby looking at the palace around him with an excited smile on his face. Alas! It looks like you are angry. Looking at his wife's appearance, Lin Rei knew that he would have to admit his wrongs today. All women would be like this. After not seeing their husband for 100 years, anyone would complain. Ling, I was wrong. The mischievous Lin Rei directly walked in front of Jean Ling and looked at her with a face full of grievance. I really have been busy these past few years. Look, this is the result of my 100 years of hard work. Now that the sect has been established, once the sect is stable, I will take you to travel the continent. Don't try to trick me with these words. I am not stupid. After being with you for so many years, I understand you. Once you encounter danger, you will put me into the cloud pagoda again. Or if you encounter something else, you will do the same. Tell me, it's been 100 years and you haven't come to see me at all. Hearing his wife's words, Lin Rei was completely helpless. His face was full of guilt as he begged, Okay, I know I was wrong. Look, can we go to our residence and settle down first? After we settle down, you can hit or punish me as you wish. My male brother will be here soon. Fine, we will do as you say. But remember, we are not done with this matter. Hearing his wife's words, Jean Ling wasn't a woman who couldn't see the big picture. Therefore, after hearing her husband's words, Jean Ling gave Lin Rei a way out. After hearing that he was temporarily spared, Lin Rei took a step forward and came to the door. He pushed open the door and made a gesture to let his wife and son in first. As for Lin Rei's actions, the little dragon in the system was already lying on the ground and twitching with laughter. Lin Rei didn't know about this scene. If he knew, he might find a hole to hide in. Arriving at the palace, at this moment, it wasn't just a palace like the outside. There was no universe. It looked like a palace, but in reality, the inside was a space filled with birds and flowers. There were blue skies and white clouds, green mountains and clear waters, and everything that one could imagine. Wow, Dad, this place is really good. It's simply too good to live here. Right now, Jean felt as though he had returned to his own hometown. He ran forward at full speed, shouting in surprise. Gradually, his face was filled with a smile. Seeing his son's smile, Lin Li could empathize with him. Ling, do you like this place? If you don't like it, let's change immediately. At this moment, Lin Rei's main problem was to stabilize his wife. Otherwise, there wouldn't be good days in the future. It's okay. Seeing that you like this place so much, I won't bicker with you. But if you dare to do it again, I'll really be angry. To put it bluntly, Jean Ling only wanted to be the strongest and have a good time. As for the past 100 years, Jean Ling had never blamed him because she knew that everything her husband did was to work hard for their future in order to give their women a better life. Okay, I'll definitely guarantee that I won't dare to do it again, Lin Rei was very sure of his wife's temper. Therefore, the moment he heard that Jean Ling had forgiven him, he went behind Jean Ling and began to flatter her. Oh, right, Brother Lei, N came out. Is Yun still in the cloud pagoda? And Sister Yao let them out too. Yun misses you. Okay. Hearing Ling words, Lin Rei recalled that he still had a son. Thinking of this, Lin Rei couldn't help feeling guilty. But it wasn't too late to make up for it. With a thought, Lin Yun and Yao appeared at Lin Li's side from within the cloud pagoda. Child greets father and mother. At this moment, a tall and straight youth appeared. His skin was as white as jade, and he had sharp eyebrows and bright eyes. Lin Rei didn't recognize him at first, but after hearing how he was addressed, Lin Rei knew that this was his second son. Sigh, Yun it's fine. There are no outsiders here, so there's no need to be so restrained. In the future, this will be our family's residence. Go take a look and tell father where you want to build a house. Father will build it for you. Looking at the son he had only seen a few times, Lin Rei was filled with guilt. He hadn't grown up by his son's side. Lin Rei felt guilty. Okay, thank you father. His tone was a little cold, but Lin Rei didn't blame him. he just couldn't help blaming himself. Seeing Lin Yun pulling his mother away, Jean Ling, who was beside him, saw her husband's appearance and hurriedly held his hand to comfort him. "Brother Lei, don't worry, it will get better in the future. After all, you haven't seen him in 100 years. You only saw him twice when you brought him back. It's fine, it will get better in the future." "Okay, I know." Lin Li knew about Jean Ling's words, but he couldn't help but feel guilty towards Lin Yun. If it weren't for Ling Er's reminder, he would have been busy. He still had such a son. In this regard, Lin Li was a failure. As a father, he was an even greater failure. "Dad, Mom, come quickly. This place is good, let's settle down here." At this moment, Jean En was on the shore of a waterfall, waving at Lin Rei and Jean Ling with a face full of joy. Okay, you got it." Hearing his son's call, Lin Rei shook his head and threw some things to the back of his mind. Then, he grabbed Jean Ling's waist and teleported to where Jean En was. Looking at this place, Lin Rei nodded. His remaining immortal spiritual energy burst out and cut down the forest not far away. Then, he used immortal spiritual energy to drag it to the ground in front of him. Do you still remember how Father taught you how to build a house after you disappeared?" Looking at the pile of wood in front of him, Lin Rei couldn't help but think of the scene when he was living on the island and teaching his son when Tian Xian lost his memories. At this moment, Lin Rei's heart was filled with warmth. "I remember, Father. Watch carefully. Watch how I display what you taught me." In an instant, Jean En rolled up his sleeves and began to work. As a cultivator, this kind of work was a piece of cake for Jean En. Seeing that his son was working so hard, Lin Rei didn't disturb him. Instead, he sat down by the water, took out his wine gourd, drank wine, and enjoyed the beautiful scenery in front of him. At this moment, Lin Rei was as quiet as before. He even felt that the things in front of him were fixed, and it was wonderful. Jean Ling, who was at the side, also came behind Lin Rei and began to massage Lin Rei's shoulders. At this moment, this scene was very warm. His wife and child were by his side. As the saying goes, his wife and child warmed the Kong. At this moment, Lin Rei experienced it. Time passed bit by bit. When Lin Rei looked at Jean and again, a house appeared. A familiar house appeared before the new year. In an instant, this house evoked Lin Rei's memories. Didn't this house look exactly like the house that was built for Ling to give birth? Looking at this scene, Lin Rei found it. Jean Ling nestled in Lin Rei's arms, her eyes moist. Chapter 375. Just like that, after the house was built, Lin Rei and his family moved in. On the other side, Lin Yun and his mother had also chosen a place. However, Lin Yun did not listen to Lin Rei and started to do it himself. 100 years had passed, and there were many things that he did not know. However, in these 100 years, what he understood the most was that no matter what it was, he had to do it himself. This was the truth that he had understood in these 100 years. Go, the male brother will be here in a while. Go and cook some food, then check on the immortal ancestor and a few others. Let's have a meal together as a family. Oh right, and Yunner, forget it, call them over. At this moment, in the room by the waterfall, Lin Rei sat on the bed and said to his son and Aura, his face full of enjoyment. All right, I got it. Yes, father, I'll go and call senior brother and sister over. Just as he finished speaking, Jean En left, while Jean Ling went out to cook. Sigh. Let's go and take a look. After all, we owe them too much. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was in the room, thought of his other son and instantly disappeared from the room with a teleportation. Releasing his divine sense, he instantly saw that Lin Yun and his mother were in the southeast direction, leaning against a mountain. Moreover, Lin Yun was currently building a house. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei frowned and felt uncomfortable in his heart. He did not expect his son's temper to be so stubborn. They had clearly agreed, but now. Sensing their location, Lin Rei came to their side, his eyes full of guilt. Yunner, don't build it. Didn't you say that you would find a good place and I would help you build it? With that, Lin Rei raised his arm, then picked up the wood and began to build it. For someone like him who had built a house before, it was simply a piece of cake. Lin Rei's actions did not cause Lin Yun to put down the work at hand. The two of them, one on each side, very quickly, a cultivator could build a house in an instant. Not long after, two houses appeared in front of Lin Rei. Yunner, Yaoer, let's go over there to eat later. Jean Ling has cooked. Just in time, I wanted to tell you about the future. After the house was built, the things that needed to be done were done, so part of the purpose of coming here was revealed. She didn't say anything, but Lin Li could see the difficulty in Yaoer's eyes. As for Lin Yun, he was looking at his mother. Go ahead. We still have a lot of time to spend together in the future, so, okay, I got it. We'll be there in a while. Let's go tidy up the room first. After saying that, Yaoer brought Lin Yun into the room and closed the door. As for Lin Li, he couldn't just stand at the door. Thinking that his younger brother could come at any time, he teleported to his room. Aside from Yaoer and her son, no one else knew about Lin Li's whereabouts. After leaving, Jean En wandered around the heavenly stellar palace for a long time before finally finding Lin Wanyu and the others. Looking at them, Jean En walked towards them step by step. How could Lin Wanyu and the others, who were at the Daluo realm, not notice Jean En? Hee, junior brother, what are you doing here? That's right, junior brother. Shouldn't you be with master now? You're right. May I know why junior brother is here? Hearing their words, Jean En was stunned. Then, he repeated Lin Rei's words, father said to let you all tidy up. We'll have dinner later. Oh. Dinner? Hearing their junior brother's words, everyone was stunned. They thought they had heard wrongly. Junior brother, are you sure master said to have dinner and not something else? Yes, that's right. After verifying, they nodded in agreement. Okay, we got it. Since we're here, let's help senior sister. Under the bombardment of his senior brothers and senior sisters, Jean En finally joined them in their work. At this moment, Dong Xiaonan, who had made an appointment with Lin Rei, was standing at the door. He looked left and right as if admiring Lin Rei's house with great interest. Hee, junior brother, Brother Lei is waiting for you inside. Hurry up and go in. At this moment, Jean Ling, who was cooking, smiled at Dong Xiaonan and invited him into the room. Okay, thank you, sister-in-law. After nodding in agreement, the junior brother entered the room. The moment he entered the room, Lin Rei was sitting in the middle and looking at him. Hee, Brother Lei. Seeing that Lin Rei didn't say anything, the junior brother felt a little creepy and embarrassed to let a man keep looking at him like that. Well, come on. Let me talk to you about something serious. Looking at the junior brother, Lin Rei quickly pointed to the seat next to him and motioned for him to sit next to him. The junior brother didn't refuse. After sitting down, he looked at Lin Rei with a serious expression, as if what he was going to say next was very serious. It made Lin Rei nervous. Hee, don't be so nervous. This is the first time you've seen something like this. Don't worry. Although he said this, the junior brother's body tensed up even more. Seeing this, Lin Rei didn't try to dissuade him. Instead, he went straight to the topic and said, you know, although the sect is now established, the people outside don't know about it. I want you to tell the people of the Nine Heavens Trading Company to help spread the news in the immortal realm. Oh, by the way, send invitations to the 5 great sects of the 5 great empires and some famous families in the immortal realm. Tell them that the 9 Heavens Xuanzong sect is in the Heavens sect and we sincerely invite them to come. Okay. At this moment, after hearing Lin Rei's words, Dong Xiaonan's face became serious and his eyes were filled with embarrassment. Although he was very confident in his current sect, a tall tree attracts the wind. With such a big place, so many palaces, and his earth-level position, he believed that inviting those people would only cause trouble for the sect. Even the junior brother was afraid that they would kill him and rob him. At this moment, Dong Xiaonan thought a lot. Lin Rei didn't know what the junior brother was thinking, so when he saw the junior brother's embarrassment, he thought that he was unwilling and laughed awkwardly. Hee, actually, it's nothing. If you don't have time, then don't. I'll find another way. Plop. Lin Rei had just finished speaking when Dong Xiaonan, who was sitting in his seat, hurriedly knelt on the ground absent-mindedly, his face full of anxiety. Oh, sect leader. Sect leader, what are you saying? Since this is your arrangement, how can I refuse? Then, how can this little brother refuse? After all, the Nine Heavens Trading Company belongs to you, Brother Lei. Looking at the junior brother kneeling absent-mindedly on the ground, Lin Rei hurriedly stood up and helped him up. With a smile, he said, okay, it's settled then. But remember, you must be quick. In 4 years, the celebration of the Nine Heavens Xuanzong sect will officially begin. Okay, I got it. When I go back, I'll send someone to the nearest trading company to spread your order. I believe that it won't be long before the Sky Vault land becomes lively. Okay, come on. Let's drink. After we're done talking about business, let's get drunk. Speaking up to this point, Linley took out 2 large wine cups, poured some wine, and began to drink to his heart's content. At this moment, Jean Ling, who was cooking outside, heard the sound of drinking in the room. She smiled and didn't say anything. Jean En, who had gone out to call for people, brought Lin Wanyu and the others to Lin Leichuan's place. As soon as they entered, their eyes lit up. There was only one place in this place. Their place was a ready-made palace, which could not be compared to this place. Wow, this place is so beautiful. If I had known, I would have followed Master to live here. Yes, look at this place, and look at me. We're simply not on the same level. No, when I see Master later, I must ask for a place to live. I want to live here too. As soon as they entered, their exclamations and envy filled Jinan's ears. All of them even had the idea of abandoning their original place and moving here to live. Jinan couldn't stop laughing. Ha ha ha, senior sister and senior brother, you're so cute, ha ha ha. Suddenly, Jinan's voice caught Lin Wanyu's attention. A light flashed across her eyes, and she instantly cast a body-fixing technique on Jinan, making him unable to move. However, he was still laughing heartily. Humph, that's what you get for laughing at us. See if I don't teach you a lesson for being so impudent in the future. Others were very respectful to this young sect leader, but for Lin Wanyu and the others, they were not afraid, especially Lin Wanyu. Eldest. Eldest senior sister, I was wrong. Please let me go. I won't do it again. As soon as this phenomenon appeared, Jinan's body trembled. In an instant, a pitiful look appeared on his face. He began to beg Lin Wanyu, looking very cute. However, it was obvious that this method did not work at all. Lin Wanyu acted as if she did not hear him. She came to Jinan's side, pinched his ear, and began to teach him a lesson. Humph, you little brat. How dare you make fun of your senior sister? Do you know how to be polite? It seems that after not seeing you for a short time, your skin is itching again. At that moment, Lin Wanyu's actions did not look like a girl's at all. Instead, she looked more like a man. Sometimes, when Lin Wanyu pinched Jinan's ear, the 4 people behind him would feel their own ears hurt, and they would subconsciously cover their ears. Okay, senior sister. Let's hurry to Master. What if something happens? Looking at the painful begging of her junior brother, Estranged hurried forward. That's right, senior sister. Let's hurry. In an instant, everyone began to beg. Lin Wanyu also thought about it and let Jinan go. Then, she let him lead the way to Lin Rei's place. come drink. Today, we won't go back until we're drunk. At this moment, Lin Rei was also drinking heavily. He was already drunk. At this moment, Lin Rei's skin was a little red. Obviously, the wine had reached his face. Junior brother, your battlefield is the entire immortal realm. Now, the immortal realm can be divided into 4 big trading companies. However, my request is to divide the world into 3. Since our 9 Heavens trading company wants to interfere, then one of them will definitely be swallowed up by us. At this moment, the drunk Lin Rei said to the young man lying on the table in a daze. His tone was very domineering. If there were outsiders who heard Lin Rei's words, they would definitely think that he was bragging and showing off. However, if people who knew him heard Lin Rei's words, they would think that he would definitely be able to do it. Moreover, he would be even more outstanding. At this moment, outside the room, Jean Enli, Lin Wanyu, and the others came to the front. Looking at Jean Ling who was cooking, everyone stepped forward and bowed. Greetings, mistress. Is master at this moment? Before Lin Wanyu could finish speaking, Jean Ling opened her mouth and said, Haha, your master is already drunk now. Let's eat first today. When he's done tomorrow, you can go and pay him a visit. Hearing Jean Ling's words, everyone nodded in agreement. In the end, they didn't disturb Lin Rei and Dong Xiaonan. They hurriedly ate and then left. In the blink of an eye, day and night changed. Dong Xiaonan, who had drunk and slept for a night, slowly woke up in the room. He opened his eyes and looked around. The unfamiliar environment reminded him of what had happened last night. For a moment, his face drooped and he even felt embarrassed. Thinking of this, the young man was about to get out of bed. At this moment, the sound of the door opening was heard. Jia. Then, a woman walked in from outside the door. When she saw the young man about to get out of bed, the woman smiled and said, Junior brother, you're awake. Sister-in-law, I'm really sorry. I couldn't control myself yesterday and got drunk. I'm really sorry. After speaking, Dong Xiaonan got out of bed in embarrassment and then left. Am I that scary? Looking at the young man who ran out in a hurry, Jean Ling smiled and didn't say anything. Just like that, Lin Rei and the disciples of the Xuanzong sect began to get busy for the celebration of the sect. The young man followed Lin Rei's orders and went to the nearest branch of the 9 Heavens Trading Company to spread the news that the 9 Heavens Xuanzong sect was established in Heaven's Vault. The news spread very quickly. In less than a month, all the big and small companies in the celestial world had received the news. In an instant, the celestial world was shaken and everyone was filled with uneasiness. At this moment, in the main hall of the Kunlun Immortal sect in front of the Kunlun Immortal Mountain in the east, Immortal Emperor Xian Dao's face was full of anger as he roared at the people below. Good. Since they're establishing a sect in the east under the jurisdiction of the Kunlun Immortal sect, it seems that if I don't teach you a lesson, you won't know how many eyes you have. Then, Immortal Emperor Xian Dao said again, Go, send people over and see what they're capable of. Since they're establishing a sect in the east, they obviously don't care about the Kunlun Immortal sect. When the elders below saw that the sect master was so angry, one of them walked up and said, Sect master, don't be angry. Think about it first. Since they're able to establish a sect in a forbidden area like Heaven's Vault, it's inevitable that they're powerful. Moreover, the 9 Heavens Xuanzong sect was able to kill immortal emperors 100 years ago. Moreover, 100 years have passed. Who knows how much their strength has increased in the past 100 years? Perhaps Xian Dao was too angry to think about it for a moment. However, with the old man's reminder, Xian Dao returned to his previous state. Chapter 376. Not only the Kunlun Immortal sect in the east, but also the Kunlun Immortal sect in the west, south, and north. Even the Qiankuan sect in the middle path was the same. The treasured land of Tianqiong had always been contested by the big sects because the things here had not been mined and were very rich. Therefore, over the years, it was inevitable that there would be some small conflicts between the sects and empires. However, they never expected that Tianqiong would suddenly be used by someone else to establish a sect. Moreover, this sect appeared out of nowhere after they had been investigating it for so long. This made it even more difficult for them to understand. Even immortal emperors had to be careful when entering the forbidden land of Tianqiong. Otherwise, they would die without a burial place. No matter how hard they tried, they could not figure out how the Xuanzong sect did it. This was what they wanted to know the most. Of course, apart from those who wanted to enter Tianqiong to explore the Xuanzong sect, there were also people and sects who were happy that the Xuanzong sect had appeared. For example, Wan Yunduo of the Wanbao sect and Jing Shao of the Jingtian sect were very happy when they learned that Tianqiong had been occupied by the Xuanzong sect. Moreover, they had already told their elders about it. After they learned about it, they were also happy that they could join such a sect. Therefore, for them, this was not a bad thing. Instead, it was a good thing. Since they had made friends with such a sect, they had nothing to worry about. However, these two sects were not the only ones who were happy. The Jianzong sect was also happy, especially Jian Wudi. The appearance of the Xuanzong sect meant that his son, Jian Feng, was also born. After hearing this news, he ignored everyone's objections and flew to Tianqiong with his wife and daughter. In addition, the Formation Emperor also flew to Tianqiong after hearing the news that the Xuanzong sect had appeared. At this time, no matter where in the immortal realm, all the restaurants of all sizes were talking about nothing other than the mysterious Xuanzong sect. They were only talking about what kind of person the Xuanzong sect leader was. Many people had sent people to Tianqiong Mountain the moment the Xuanzong sect appeared in the world. Among them, there were many small sections. As for the 5 great empires, they had all sent people from their royal families to express their goodwill. This move was even more eye-catching. In an instant, the Xuanzong sect was once again thrown into the teeth of the storm. As the saying goes, a storm is brewing in the mountains, and a tall tree attracts the wind. At this moment, Lin Rei's Xuanzong sect was being watched by countless eyes. It was like a domino, and people couldn't help but pay attention to it. There were even some small sects that wanted to go to Heaven Vault Mountain to pick up some scraps and get some small benefits. Since Heaven Vault Mountain was able to establish a sect, it meant that the Yi Xiang there had all disappeared. This was what they thought. But they never imagined that not only did the phenomenon not disappear, it was even more powerful than before. As long as they did not have Lin Rei's permission, they would be killed without hesitation. And this place would definitely become an Azura battlefield filled with corpses and blood. Lin Rei had long thought of this. This was because his appearance and the appearance of the Nine Heavens Xuanzong sect had affected the development of many people, especially the Kunlun Immortal sect. Establishing a sect in the territory of the Kunlun Immortal sect was enough to slap them in the face. Lin Rei did not comment on this. Lin Rei had long known about this. This was because in the 1 month since the news was released, people had arrived at Heaven Vault Mountain one after another. Most of them were safely at the entrance, while some who wanted to take advantage of some small benefits charged in without any regard for their lives. Lin Rei did not waste any time on those who trespassed into Heaven Vault Mountain. He immediately activated the array formation and killed them in an instant. At this moment, in the space where Lin Rei lived in the backyard of the Tianqian Palace, Lin Rei was lying on a recliner by the shore. He held a fruit in one hand and a wine gourd in the other. Beside him was his beautiful wife. This kind of atmosphere was very enjoyable. In the water, under the waterfall, Shuyuan, Lin Shenyuan, and Ka Luan were bare-chested under the waterfall. Their bodies were being tempered by the waterfall. His face was filled with pain. On the shore, Lin Wanyu and Lin Yuro were also under the pressure of gravity that was several times stronger than their own strength. They struggled to support their bodies that were bent down to their knees. Tears streamed down their faces without end. This scene became Lin Rei's entertainment when he was resting. Looking at his disciples, Lin Rei shook his head and muttered to himself, "Alas, I haven't trained them for so many years. Look, the ability of your bodies is simply to the extreme. I've already told you that the body is a cultivator's second cultivation. Look at you now, it's simply making me." The more Lin Rei spoke, the angrier he became. He had wanted to try it out on a whim, but he had not expected that the result would be so disappointing. "Alas. Brother Lei, you can't say that. I haven't seen them for 100 years. It's already very good that their cultivation has not reached this level. After all, they are still children." Lin Rei was surprised by his words. Children? Huh, what a joke. They were already over 100 years old. How could they still be children? Weren't they afraid that people would laugh their heads off if they heard this? That's enough, you don't have to say any more. And it's really good that I haven't seen them before. I don't know how strong they are. When I have time, I will definitely test them. If they are not qualified, they will go to the Heaven Vault mountain range to gain experience. When their cultivation has increased and their bodies have become extremely strong, they will come out. Jinan and Lin Yun did not know that the suffering they had suffered in the Heaven Vault mountain range had been caused by their mother, Jin Ling. Alas. Forget it, you can do whatever you want. I don't care anymore. As she spoke, Jin Ling stood up and left. Lin Rei did not care. He just stared at his disciples, afraid that they would slack off when he was not paying attention. At this moment, at the entrance of the Heaven Vault mountain, thousands of people had gathered here. It was noisy, which was really annoying. However, there were still people who wanted to enter the mountain range and take advantage of it. Whoosh! The sound of something breaking through the air was heard. For a moment, everyone's eyes were focused on the person who was breaking through the air. Damn, who is this? He is so awesome. The whole family is here. This guy is really going all out. No, this sword essence. Why is this sword essence so powerful? As far as I know, only the people from the sword faction in the immortal realm can cultivate to this level. These people are. At this moment, there was a heated discussion among the thousands of people at the entrance. At this moment, the family of three in the air was getting closer and closer. Their appearances were also revealed to the crowd. No, that man is Jian Wudi from the sword faction, the leader of the sword faction. My God, even he is here. It seems that the Xuanzong sect in the Heaven Vault mountain is going to be miserable. I just don't know if the others are here. Chapter 377. At this time, Jian Wudi and his family were standing in the air, looking at the entrance. They were hesitant. Wudi, why didn't you shout? Didn't we agree on the way here that you would be in charge of shouting when we arrived? Why did you forget so quickly? At this moment, the middle-aged woman beside Jian Wudi looked at her husband's hesitant expression. Her face was filled with displeasure. Yes, father. Brother hasn't been home for so long. I miss him so much. Hurry up and shout. Jian Wudi was speechless and regretful after hearing his wife and daughter's words. Alas, if I had known, I wouldn't have agreed so casually. Now there are so many people and they want me, the leader of the sword sect, to shout at the entrance. If this gets out, my face. What he thought was not what he said. At this moment, Jian Feng activated his immortal spiritual energy and shouted at Tianxiong Mountain. The leader of the sword sect, Jian Wudi, has brought his wife and daughter to pay respects to the leader of the Xuanzong sect. I wonder if you can open the entrance and let us in for a chat. Jian Wudi felt terrible after hearing that. This was probably the first time he had done something like this in his entire life. Hurry up, shout again. Because of his wife's impatience, Jian Wudi could only swallow his anger and shout again. Jian Wudi of the sword sect pays respects to the leader of the Xuanzong sect. This shout was much louder than the previous one. If not for the fact that most of the people present were high-level practitioners, they would have fainted with bloodshot eyes. However, there were high-level and low-level practitioners. Those practitioners who couldn't bear Jian Wudi's voice fainted on the spot and were carried away by their companions or sects to rest. At this moment, in Lin Rei's residence in the Tianxiong Palace, Lin Rei was supervising his disciples' cultivation when he heard Jian Wudi's voice. He frowned. What are they doing here? Although he didn't know what they were thinking, Lin Rei didn't stop them because their son was now the leader of his sect. Shuiyuan, come up first. Tell Jian Feng, the leader of the law enforcement department, to invite his family in. Stop shouting outside. At this moment, Lin Rei's voice was like a decree of amnesty, causing Estranged's body to relax. Beside him, Karun, Lin Wanyu, and the others were not willing. Master, I also want to go, have a look. As soon as Lin Wanyu said that, Lin Rei looked over. Suddenly, Lin Wanyu shut her mouth and lowered her head to continue cultivating. It was as if she had never said anything. Yes, Master. I understand. I'll go now. After receiving the order, Alienation went ashore and put on his clothes. Then, he teleported and disappeared. When he reappeared, he was already at the entrance of the law enforcement department, which was the closest to Tianxian Palace. Leader Jian Feng, the sect leader has ordered you to invite your family members into the Sky Dome. Not long after, Jian Feng hurriedly walked out of the palace. At this moment, Jian Feng's eyes were slightly red, as if he had just passed by. Alright, I'll go now. When Jian Feng came out and saw that the person who came to report was estranged, he immediately responded and greeted him, then hurriedly left. Alas! I don't know where he is now. Does he miss me? To be honest, when he saw this scene, he couldn't help but think of his master who had adopted him when he was in the mysterious sky realm. Tears welled up in his eyes. Every time he thought of the past, he would feel like this, but it would soon pass. After finishing his task, Alienation turned around and left. Jian Feng hurriedly left the law enforcement department and kept teleporting. Soon, he arrived at the entrance of the mountain. Open. At this moment, a jade tablet appeared in Jian Feng's hand. Jian Feng shouted to the front. The place that was originally filled with smoke now revealed its original appearance. A simple and unadorned door appeared in front of him. There was a secret groove on the door. Looking at it, Jian Feng understood how to open the door. Open the door and put the jade tablet in the groove. Crack, crack, crack. The sound of the door opening could be heard. At this moment, the door was slowly opening. At the same time, the people at the entrance of the Sky Dome also felt this scene. They came like bees in a cocoon, wanting to enter the moment the door opened in order to find opportunities. All of you, scram. But how could Jian Wudi, who was in the outside world, allow this to happen? When he saw someone among the 1,000 people standing out, Jian Wudi let out a cold shout. Along with his majestic immortal chi, he instantly pushed all of them back. This is the door I opened. If you dare to act rashly, don't blame me for bullying the younger generation. Jian Wudi's words stunned everyone. If they had known that the Sword Sect was one of the top sects in the immortal world, they wouldn't have dared to step forward. Very good. Jian Wudi smiled when he saw how obedient they were. At the same time, a huge door appeared in the sky, and it was open. One person, holding a long sword, stood at the entrance of the gate, looking down at the people below. His eyes were filled with disdain, as if the people below were ants in his eyes, unable to compete with him. My son, big brother. Yes. Father, mother, sister, is it really you? Suddenly, Jian Feng was stunned when he heard his family's voice. He wasn't sure before, but now he was sure. What surprised him even more was that his mother and sister were here at this moment. Yes, it's us. This was the first time they had encountered such a melodramatic plot, and it was such an awesome plot. Hurry up and come in. This door can't be open for too long, otherwise, it's easy to get into trouble. Although Jian Feng wanted to rush up and hug them immediately and tell them, "I love you very much," as the head of the Sect's law enforcement department, he couldn't forget his current status. Okay. Hearing his son's words, Jian Wudi reacted. He immediately turned into a stream of light with his wife and daughter, instantly disappearing from the spot and entering the door. When Jian Feng saw that his family had entered, he didn't hesitate and immediately retreated into the sky dome. Then, he took out the jade token and closed the door again. Ka. The sound of the door opening echoed in everyone's ears. The people outside looked depressed, while Jian Wudi, who had entered, looked at his son excitedly. "Son, you missed your mother so much. Do you know that you were gone for more than 100 years? Do you know how much I missed you all these years?" In an instant, the moment Jian Feng closed the door, Jian Wudi's wife, Jian Feng's mother, threw herself into Jian Feng's arms and started crying. Eventually, she started complaining. "Yes, big brother. Do you know that during the 100 years you were gone, all the training that was supposed to be for you was used by Dad on me? I lived a miserable life for the past 100 years, but it's fine now. You're back, and I'm free." When Jian Lian saw her brother, she felt relieved and relaxed. When Jian Feng and Jian Wudi heard their daughter's words, black lines appeared on their heads and they were filled with helplessness. "Haha, good. Alright, since you're here, go to my palace and rest. I'll take you to see the Xuanzong Sect master tomorrow." Jian Feng hurriedly walked to the front when he saw how tired everyone was. He began to lead the way to the law enforcement department. "What? The Xuanzong Sect? What do you mean? Son, don't tell me that you've joined the Xuanzong Sect." When he heard his son's introduction and heard a certain word, he exploded on the spot. Jian Feng was the young sect master of the Sword Sect. In the future, he would inherit the position of sect master of the Sword Sect. When he thought of this, Jian Wudi was completely unhappy. How could he let the young master of a sect be someone else's subordinate? Moreover, he was the young master of a very powerful sect. "That's right, Feng. You're usually not such a mischievous child. Why are you now?" Chen Ping didn't say anything else. As she spoke, she couldn't help but glance at her husband. When she saw her husband's expression, she didn't say anything else. "Brother, I'll support you no matter what you say. But now, I don't support you anymore." Just like that, Jian Feng listened to their suggestions one by one. He looked at them with a smile and didn't respond to their words. Instead, he waited for them to finish. "Alright, you don't have to persuade me. Although you don't agree, I like it here. I like the current sect, the sect master, and my brothers who have gone through fire and water with me. Moreover, it's not just me. Even the Formation Emperor's granddaughter, Zhu Chenxi, has joined the Xuanzong Sect." Jian Wudi and Chen Ping were speechless when they heard their son's words. They still had some impression of Zhu Chenxi. Back then, Zhu Chenxi's talent was famous throughout the immortal world. When they heard their son say that Zhu Chenxi had also joined the Xuanzong Sect, Jian Wudi was filled with curiosity about the Xuanzong Sect. Boom! In order to prevent them from having other thoughts, Jian Feng instantly released the cultivation of the peak of the Grand Luo realm in order to make them agree with his decision. Yes. The peak of the Grand Luo realm, the peak of the Grand Luo realm, it's the peak of the Grand Luo realm. Ha. The moment he sensed his son's cultivation, Jian Wudi couldn't believe it at first. Then, he burst into laughter. Perhaps it was because of his joy, Jian Wudi didn't control his cultivation. In an instant, he released his immortal emperor cultivation. When the Xuanzong Sect disciples who were closest to this place sensed this aura, they sent a signal and immediately rushed towards the place where Jian Wudi released his cultivation. They were so fast that they arrived in front of him in the blink of an eye. Looking at the strange middle-aged man who released his cultivation, the disciples of the Xuanzong sect were instantly enraged. Why are you releasing your cultivation in the Xuanzong sect? Jian Wudi was stunned when he heard this. His face was full of shock. This was because he sensed that the disciples who came here were also in the Grand Luo realm. Moreover, there were more than 10 of them. He couldn't bear such a blow. In an instant, his smile disappeared and he was about to apologize with an embarrassed look on his face. You can go about your business. This is my father, mother, and sister. They're here to see me. Just when the atmosphere was tense and they thought that something was going to happen, Jian Feng walked out from behind Jian Wudi and spoke to the disciples of the Xuanzong sect. Oh. So it's the head of the law enforcement department. We were rude just now. Please forgive us. We'll leave now. The disciples of the Xuanzong sect did not expect Jian Feng's appearance. However, when they found out that these people were Jian Feng's relatives, they left. Without your father, don't be so reckless in the future. It's not always like this in here. Moreover, there are many dangers here. There are many things that the sect leader hasn't told us. So, don't release your immortal emperor cultivation casually. Seeing that the disciples of the sect had left, Jian Feng helplessly explained the situation to his father, hoping that he could understand. After all, he knew his father's bad habits. Well, but who's the head of the law enforcement department? Alright, you guys. We're here to reunite with our son. Let's hurry to his residence. Looking at their expressions, Chen Ping was instantly unwilling. She immediately changed the topic and walked forward with her daughter. As for Jian Feng and Jian Wudi, they had nothing to say and followed them. At this moment, Lin Rui was in Tianshan Palace. At this moment, Lin Rui was imprinting his disciples with a look of interest. Similarly, he knew clearly whether they were awake or not. I didn't expect Jian Wudi's cultivation to be even stronger than it was 100 years ago. It's so strong that even I am a little afraid. Although he said that, he felt relieved when he thought about the fact that he was stepping on a Grandmaster level formation. Ka Luan, don't be lazy. And you, as the eldest senior sister, you don't know how to take the lead. Instead, you lead them to take advantage of the situation. Damn it, don't you feel tired? No. Master, I was wrong. I was wrong, okay? Hearing Lin Rui's words, Lin Wanyu quickly straightened her posture and began to practice seriously. Sigh, you little guys. If you don't practice now, you'll regret it in the future. Looking at his disciples, Lin Li was filled with helplessness, and his face was filled with exhaustion. At this moment, Jian Wudi and his family were walking in the void towards the residence next to the law enforcement department. Jian Wudi's face was full of shock. Every once in a while, he would cry out in surprise. Jian Feng's sister, Jian Lian, was especially fond of this place. No, brother, I want to stay here too. I want to stay here too. I don't want to go back. I'm tired of that place. Chapter 378. That's right. Not to mention Lian, even I, the sect master of the sword sect, would want to abandon the sect and cultivate here at this moment. Jian Feng couldn't help but laugh when he heard their exclamations. Looks like I made the right decision back then. Alright, let's go. It won't be too late to talk about it when we reach our son's place. Chen Ping, who had been standing at the back and hadn't said anything, ordered Jian Wudi and the others with a displeased expression. However, this trick worked. Jian Wudi and the others immediately obeyed when they heard Chen Ping's words. Just like that, Jian Feng led his parents to the palace where he lived. There was no one else in this palace, only Jian Feng. After all, Lin Rui gave the sect leader 2 palaces during the allocation. Jian Wudi and the others looked at the group of palaces along the way. Their hearts trembled, and they exclaimed repeatedly. Jian Lian liked this place even more. Along the way, she kept begging Jian Feng to cultivate here. However, Chen Ping didn't agree. She didn't know when she would be able to see her son if he cultivated here. If her daughter came too, then what was the point of being alone in the sword sect? Therefore, after hearing Jian Lian's pleas, before Jian Feng could react, his mother quickly refused. Moreover, along the way, all the disciples of the Xuanzong sect who saw Jian Feng would respectfully address him as sect leader Jian Feng. This made Jian Wudi feel very proud. Alright, father, mother, this is the residence that the sect leader gave me. The palace next to it is where the law enforcement department is located. When they arrived at his residence, Jian Feng pointed at the palace on the top of the mountain and introduced it to his family. His tone was filled with pride. Heh, I didn't expect your sect leader to be so generous. Every palace is a magic weapon. I just don't know where your sect leader came from. He's so generous. Looking at these things, I'm afraid that even all the wealth of our sword sect isn't enough. At this moment, Jian Wudi's words were filled with jealousy. He had probably eaten all the vinegar in the future. Although he was envious of these things, there was no evil in his eyes. He was still as clear and natural as before. Heh, don't be jealous. Look at you, the dignified sect leader of the sword sect. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. As soon as Jian Wudi finished speaking, Chen Ping couldn't help mocking him. When she said this, everyone instantly laughed. Alright, let's go, mother. I'll take you to your residence first. I'll take you to rest. Tomorrow, I'll take you to call our sect leader. Looking at his parents and sister, Jian Feng's face revealed a happy smile. At this moment, he was very happy, very happy. He had not felt this kind of feeling for a long time. Formation Sovereign Zhu Tiantong greets the sect leader of the Xian sect. Jing Xiao of Jingtian sect greets the sect leader of Xian sect. Wan Yunduo from the Wanbao sect leader Wan Yunduo's greetings. The sudden sound made Lin Rei, who was sitting on the recliner, feel very surprised. He remembered that the invitation clearly said that they would come to congratulate him after 4 years. But now, it was several years earlier. Heh, these people seem to be looking for acquaintances. As soon as they arrived, Lin Rei knew where they came from. The Formation Emperor was naturally looking for Zhu Chenxi. As for Jing Xiao and Wan Yunduo, Lin Rei found it difficult to understand these two people. However, they were all guests. He couldn't be rude and ignore them. Alright. I knew that you didn't want to practice. Since you have something to do now, you can go and disturb the guests to come to Tianshan Main Hall. Remember, pay attention to etiquette. Don't be rude in front of others. Master, you're so kind. In an instant, the originally quiet place became restless the moment Lin Rei finished speaking. The whole place was very lively. Everyone was very happy. They were happy that they didn't have to practice anymore. Heh, you're like children who never grow up. Looking at the 5 disciples in front of him, Lin Rei pursed his lips and smiled. Then, he waved his hand and let them leave. At this moment, the entrance of Tianxiong Mountain was in an uproar again. Today, there were 3 clans, and there was even a mission at the peak of Big Sister. How could this group of people not be moved? The gathering of 3 clans was a very rare thing. It had been many years since such a scene last time. Moreover, Zhu Tiantong had also signed up. Now, they wanted to know how strong the Xuanzong sect's background was. Boom, kaka. The door that had just closed opened again. At this moment, Lin Wanyu and the other 4 were standing at the door in an orderly manner, welcoming their arrival. As the door opened, the appearance of Zhu Tiantong and the others fell into Lin Wanyu's eyes. Naturally, Lin Wanyu and the others were also discovered by Zhu Tiantong and the others. Juniors, Lin Wanyu, Shuyuan, Lin Xianyuan, Lin Yuro, and Ka Luan, greet Senior Zhu and the 2 Taoists. may I know why you've come to Tianxiong Mountain today? Before a sentence could be asked, Zhu Tiantong couldn't wait to step forward and ask Lin Wanyu, little girl, seeing that you're so polite, I don't think you're lying. Then, tell me, do you know Zhu Chenxi? Where is she now? Is she okay? Lin Wanyu suddenly felt helpless. It wasn't that she didn't want to offend him, but it was because he was asking too many questions right from the start. Lin Wanyu was stumped by his questions. She didn't know which question to answer first. Senior, please take your time. I promise that I will tell you everything I know. I will tell you everything I know. Oh, okay. Then, tell me, how is my granddaughter Zhu Chenxi now? Lin Wanyu didn't know until Zhu Tiantong asked. She didn't hide anything and directly told Zhu Tiantong about Zhu Chenxi's recent situation. It's like this. Department leader Zhu is practicing in his palace right now. And he's doing well. Now, he's the head of a department in our Xuanzong sect. His status is very high. Not long ago, he moved to the Formation Association to take the King level formation test. Wait, you're saying that my granddaughter is now a King level formation master? After hearing the strange words from Lin Wanyu, Zhu Tiantong interrupted her before she finished speaking. His tone was very excited, and his eyes were already wet. Let's not talk about it. Let's go inside. Everything will be clear when we get inside. My master is waiting for you in the main hall of Tianshan Hall. The more they talked, the more they talked. Thinking that her master was still waiting for them, Lin Wanyu couldn't wait to make a gesture of invitation. She invited them into Tianxiong Mountain and closed the door, cutting off the outside world. Chapter 379. At this moment, Lin Rui was aware of his nameless disciple, Zhu Tiantong, and the other two's actions after they entered Tianxiong Mountain. Lin Rui was very satisfied with the performance of Lin Wanyu and the other four when they went to pick up Zhu Tiantong and the other two's group. They hadn't formed a habit of bullying others before, and this was what Lin Rui minded the most. He didn't want others to poke at his back and say that his disciples looked down on others after they became successful in the sect and became powerful. This wasn't the sect that Lin Rui wanted. Of course, Lin Rui didn't want such people to appear. Lin Rui retracted his divine sense with a smile on his face as he sat on the deck chair. He then tidied up his clothes and walked towards the main hall. At this moment, Zhu Chenxi from the formation department was sitting in her seat, thinking about something with a worried expression. Sigh. I've been out for more than 100 years. If grandfather sees me later, will he scold me? Thinking of this, Zhu Chenxi couldn't help but frown. She had a very worried look on her face. Sigh, forget it. Since I'm already here, and I haven't seen grandfather for a long time, I'll just meet him. There are so many things to do in the future, and we don't know when we'll meet again. At this moment, Zhu Chenxi, who was sitting on the futon, stood up and flew towards the main hall of Tianshan Hall. Oh my God, this is simply a work of God. This palace's appearance and level shouldn't be too low. Yes, even our Wanbao sect doesn't have these things. I really didn't expect sect leader Lin to be so powerful and have such strong financial support. It seems that we still underestimated him. At this time, Startling Dawn and the other two, who were led by Lin Wanyu, chatted with each other on the way, leaving Zhu Tiantong hanging. Moreover, listening to the topic of their discussion, it seemed that they had known the leader of Xian's sect for a long time. At this moment, Zhu Tiantong was deeply suspicious of Jing Shao and Wan Yun duo. You're all wrong. The Xuanzong sect's strongest point isn't financial power, but the entire Tianxiong mountain range. This sentence directly pointed out the crux of Tianxiong's matter. Lin Wanyu and the others had no choice but to take these three seriously. Why do you say that? Is there any hope in this mountain range? Zhu Tiantong's words aroused Jing Zhao's curiosity. Of course, for a formation emperor like him, seeing through this was nothing. But for a layman like Jing Zhao, even if he said it, the other party may not be able to understand. Yes, to put it simply, all the palaces are arranged according to this formation. In other words, the master of the Xuanzong sect built his sect in a huge formation. Moreover, the formation is built with this palace as the formation eye. This formation is so powerful that even I can't break it. Unless I break through to the Grandmaster realm, there's no way I can break it. Boom! When they heard the formation emperor's words, Jing Zhao and Wan Yunduo were completely stunned. There were not many formations like this in the immortal realm. However, there was one here that even the formation emperor couldn't break. At this moment, the Xuanzong sect and Lin Rei rose to another level in their hearts. At this moment, Lin Wanyu and the others, who had been following them, were overjoyed after hearing the whole conversation. They were especially happy when they praised Lin Rei. And along the way, they were amazed again and again. Soon, Lin Wanyu followed Lin Rei's orders and led them to the largest palace in Tianxiong. Everyone, this is where our master lives. It's also the core of our Xuanzong sect, the Tianshan Palace. Then, Lin Wanyu smiled and said again, "My friends, please. My master is waiting for you in the main hall." Then, Lin Wanyu led the way. She didn't know how to and she didn't care whether the others followed or not. She kept walking until she entered a huge palace. Damn, just the door of the palace is enough to intimidate other sects. Looking at the door of the main hall, Jing Zhao couldn't help but exclaim. Wan Yunduo nodded again, showing that she agreed with what he said just now. Grandpa. Yes. The Array Emperor, who had just entered the main hall, suddenly heard someone call him grandfather, and he automatically responded. However, very quickly, his body seemed to be fixed in place and tears overflowed from his eyes. This scene made Jing Zhao and Wan Yunduo, who had walked over to the side, feel their noses sour and they almost burst into tears. "My son, come here, come here. Let Grandpa see you." As soon as he said this, everyone's eyes focused on Zhu Chenxi. At this moment, Zhu Chenxi was crying so hard that she seemed to have difficulty breathing. Looking at her tear-streaked face, although she was usually cold, everyone couldn't help but want to comfort her. "Yes, Grandpa." In an instant, Zhu Chenxi threw herself into the arms of the Formation Emperor and began to cry. They hadn't seen each other for 100 years and they were reunited today. How could this not make people happy? Seeing them reunite, no one stopped them. Even Lin Rei watched this scene quietly from the sect leader's seat. He told everyone not to disturb them. Time passed slowly. After a long time, Zhu Chenxi seemed to have sensed something. She hurriedly got up from the Array Emperor's arms and went to the side. Her face was as red as an apple, making people want to take a bite. "Sect leader, this is my grandpa, Zhu Tiantong, an Array master at the level of the Formation Emperor." When the Array Emperor heard that his granddaughter had introduced him, he had not noticed the sect leader of the Xian sect who was sitting on the main seat ever since he arrived. He immediately raised his head and looked forward. With one look, the Array Emperor was stunned on the spot. He did not move at all, as if he had been struck dumb. His eyes were dull, but they were full of spirit. His mouth was wide open, and he looked very shocked. This scene made everyone feel that it was very funny. How could he be so young? This kid is actually the sect leader of the Xuanzong sect. At this moment, when the Array Emperor saw Lin Li's true appearance, his heart was filled with shock. No, it was more accurate to say that he was amazed and shocked. He had never thought that Lin Li would be able to build up such a huge foundation. He had never thought that the Grand Master of the Xian sect would be so young. In the entire immortal world, and even among the people he knew, there had never been such an existence. I know. How could I not know the dignified Array Emperor? Lin Rei, who already knew, was not very surprised. Besides, he was about to become an emperor-level array master. Therefore, there was no need to be so polite to him. At this moment, seeing Lin Rei's attitude, a word appeared in everyone's mind: domineering. Usually, when people heard the two words, Formation Emperor, they would go up and curry favor with him. However, everything changed here. Hello, Formation Emperor. You don't mind if I call you that, do you? According to his relationship with Zhu Chenxi, it was obviously impossible to call him Grandpa. However, he could not call him by his name. Therefore, he could only call him Formation Emperor by name. Oh, I don't mind. Okay, Formation Emperor. I am the founder of the Xuanzong Sect. My name is Lin Rei. And your granddaughter is now the head of the Xuanzong Sect's formation department. This introduction made the Formation Emperor feel very surprised. At the same time, he was proud of his granddaughter. In his family, she could be said to be a little princess who was adored by tens of thousands of people. Everyone thought that her strength was because she was looking after her grandpa. However, at this moment, she was able to take up a high position in a sect in a completely unfamiliar place. Moreover, she was the head of the formation department. This was enough to prove that she had the strength and did not rely on anyone else. Not necessarily. The Formation Emperor was very pleased. Of course, he agreed that his granddaughter could join such a mysterious sect. Sect leader Lin, it is my granddaughter's fortune to be able to use her and become the head of the Xuanzong Sect's formation department. This old man has to thank Sect leader Lin for giving my granddaughter this opportunity. The Formation Emperor's words shocked everyone. Even Lin Rei felt uncomfortable. However, Lin Rei soon understood. It seemed that after entering the Xuanzong Sect's territory and seeing everything here, the Formation Emperor had changed his original thoughts. That's right. Your granddaughter is a rare talent. I have to thank you, Formation Emperor, for being able to cultivate such an outstanding descendant. At this moment, the two of them were praising each other back and forth, making everyone else in the hall feel very awkward. Sect leader Lin, do you still recognize the two of us? This sudden question directly interrupted Lin Rei and the Formation Emperor's praises. As for Jing Xiao and Wan Yun duo, Lin Rei already knew about them when they came in. How could Brother Jing and Miss Wan not know each other? In any case, we have gone through life and death together. Lin Rei could not forget these two people. Thinking back, he had intended to recruit them for his own use, but was rejected. Compared to Lin Rei, he felt very regretful. Yes. Well, since you have come to my Xuanzong Sect, you are all guests. Let's see where you want to stay. You can stay in my residence or with your relatives. Looking at them, Lin Li didn't have much to say. Thus, it was better to leave early, so that he could find something to talk about and it would be very uncomfortable. Of course, at Sect leader Lin's place. The children have their own space. I think that as the leaders, they have a lot of important things to do every day. So, Sect leader Lin's place is the most suitable. Lin Li didn't expect that the Formation Emperor would be so weird. However, since the other party had spoken, Lin Li couldn't refuse. After all, once the words left his mouth, there was no way he could take them back. Okay, let's go. My residence is at the back of the main hall. With that, Lin Rei stood up and led everyone out of the main hall towards his residence. Along the way, the Formation Emperor was even more amazed. Because, in Tianshan Palace, everything was available. Chapter 380. After entering Lin Rei's space, Zhu Tiantong was truly impressed by the Xuanzong Sect. Even the entire immortal world could not compare with the Xuanzong Sect's equipment. Although they didn't have a house here, they could build it themselves. After saying goodbye to Zhu Tiantong, Lin Li left and returned to his home. Lin Wanyu and the other 4 disciples were left by Lin Rei to stay with Zhu Tiantong. He asked them to prepare a house for Zhu Tiantong and then go to the side to cultivate. They did not complain about the task given by their master. In the end, they divided the work and completed it. Zhu Tiantong stayed in Lin Rei's space. As for Jian Wudi, he did not know how this matter spread to Lin Rei's ears. Jian Feng had no choice but to ask for instructions from Lin Rei. Lin Rei was also helpless about this. After all, the other party was a family member of a high-ranking member of the Xuanzong sect. In the end, Lin Rei had no choice but to make a decision. However, the family members of the high-ranking members could choose to live in this space and there was no need to report to him. Lin Rei had met Jian Wudi. He did not have a good impression of him, but at least Lin Rei did not dislike him. However, when Jian Wudi was born, Lin Rei liked him very much. He was straightforward and unpretentious. Lin Rei especially appreciated this trait of Jian Wudi. He did not like others who liked to play tricks. Some people spread the news that the three sects and the Formation Emperor lived in the Xuanzong sect. As the saying goes, good news does not leave the house, but bad news travels 1,000 miles. This news quickly spread to the ears of the Kunlun Immortal Clan and the Qiankuan sect in the central region. Their reaction was very direct. Originally, they could not control the sections. However, at this moment, the three sects were living in the Xuanzong sect at the same time. How could they not be shocked? Originally, they were already afraid of the Xuanzong sect, which had suddenly appeared. At this moment, with the addition of the other three sects, it was hard for them not to think too much. Of course, this included the people from the 5 great empires and several great clans. Although they were not as strong as the sects, they were still among the super experts in the immortal world. They were very wary of the goodwill shown by the 3 great sects and the Array Emperor. However, after meeting Jian Wudi and the others, Lin Li returned to the Bell of Heaven and Earth and ordered his men to inform them that the sect's celebration would be held 4 years later. During these 4 years, he hoped that they would work hard to improve themselves and not be dispirited. As for the male brother, he had taken Lin Li's drunken rambling seriously. Before Jian Wudi had arrived, he had already left. He had returned to the main headquarters of the Nine Heavens Trading Company and had begun to operate. Unknowingly, he had become a great threat to the other 3 trading companies. Lin Rei still did not know about this because he never cared about the business of the trading companies. Even if he knew, he would not interfere. As for Lin Wanyu and the other 4, Lin Rei gave them a mission to break through their cultivation and physical bodies. They all entered the Heavens Vault Mountain range to train. Everyone went on their own missions. Lin Li made arrangements for his wife and children. After entering the Cosmos Bell, Lin Li took out the medicinal pill that Xiaolong had given him to break through the formation of an Emperor-level Array Master. Without hesitation, he swallowed it. The pill melted in his mouth and turned into a stream of energy that entered Lin Rei's body. Just like that, the entire Xuanzong sect was still very quiet. It was so quiet that it was a little scary. However, the Heavens Vault Mountain range was bustling with noise and excitement. Tens of thousands of disciples and flood dragons were all training in the Heavens Vault Mountain range. Occasionally, a few demonic beasts would scream and roar. At the same time, someone's cultivation would break through. They could not help but shout excitedly. As for Jian Wudi and the others, they did not leave. Instead, they stayed in the Xuanzong sect. They wanted to see the scale of the Xuanzong sect. However, after seeing it, they were shocked. Although the Xuanzong sect's disciples were not as many as the other sects, every disciple of the Xuanzong sect was able to fight above their cultivation level. Jian Wudi and the others were very surprised by this. As for the Array Emperor, he stayed in the Xuanzong sect and set up the grand level array of the Xuanzong sect. It was as if he was possessed. He stayed in the Tianshan Hall, overlooking the array below him and studying it. The more he studied it, the more curious he became. He did not know that although it looked like an array, he did not know that it was actually an overlapping array. Its power was not to be underestimated. Moreover, Lin Rei had left behind a mysterious troop. It was the 50-odd cultivators who had been suppressed in the capital ancient city ruins. Under the foundation of the 100-year foundation, their foundation was as solid as a mountain. Moreover, during the 100-year process, most of them had become immortal lords. 2/3 of them were only a step away from becoming immortal emperors. Lin Rei had given them a chance. Before they went into seclusion, Lin Rei had given each of them a few bottles of elixir pills, some cultivation techniques, and martial techniques. Lin Rei had exchanged these for them from the system. He had generously given all of them to them so that they could break through to the immortal emperor realm within 4 years in the Qianquan Bell. They would become a great help to the Xuanzong sect and also the trump card of the Xuanzong sect. No one except Lin Rei knew about this troop. Moreover, Lin Rei had already thought about it. If the other sects did not cause trouble during the celebration 4 years later, Lin Rei did not intend to let this troop appear in front of the world. As the saying went, the affairs of the world were unpredictable. No one knew what would happen 4 years later. Lin Rei could only do so much. In the blink of an eye, more than 3 years had passed. During this time, many people had arrived at the entrance of the Tianqiong mountain, crowding the entrance so tightly that not even a drop of water could trickle through. Several large clans, several large sects, and several large empires had all arrived at the Tianqiong mountain for the invitation that Lin Rei had sent out. However, many people had come this time. Some people from smaller sects had also come to enter the Xuanzong sect. The owners of the 4 large firms had also arrived at the entrance of the Xuanzong sect, waiting for the 4-year promise. During these 3 years, Jian Wudi and the others had witnessed the growth of all the disciples of the Xuanzong sect with their own eyes. The speed of their growth could be said to be very fast. It was so fast that they could not believe their eyes. However, as the main character, Lin Rei, had broken through to the emperor level in the Cosmos Bell. Lin Rei had originally thought that he would be able to break through very quickly. Even if it was not very fast, given the ratio of 4 years to the Cosmos Bell, he should be able to break through. Who would have thought that after several hundred years, Lin Rei would be able to break through to the emperor level with great difficulty? Lin Rei could not believe this. This was the longest time he had ever taken to break through to the emperor level. However, Lin Rei believed that this would not be the last time. At the moment, Lin Rei was very worried about how long it would take for him to break through to the Grandmaster level. When he thought about how half the time had already passed since he had returned to the Aqua Blue planet to rescue Tao Tai, Lin Rei felt very dissatisfied. Chapter 381. Hee, that's enough. Since you still have some time, don't you want to learn the art of refining weapons? You don't have to cultivate during this period of time. Hurry up and learn to refine weapons. Otherwise, you won't have time when you go out. Lin Rei, who had broken through to become an Emperor Array Master, was contemplating what to do when the little dragon's voice suddenly sounded. Suddenly, Lin Rei was enlightened. That's right. It's time for me to learn how to refine weapons. Otherwise, I'll have to go out and buy weapons for the sect's disciples. That's an astronomical figure. If I learn how to refine weapons, won't I be able to earn money and raise the overall strength of the sect? For a moment, Lin Rei thought about a lot of things. Regarding this, the little dragon in the system rolled its eyes. It simply wanted Lin Rei to learn the art of refining weapons. Who would have thought that he would come up with so many problems? Cough cough, I'll interrupt you for a moment. You can think about this later. Take advantage of these few months and hurry up and practice the art of refining weapons. Didn't you just inherit some old cultivator's inheritance in the mysterious sky continent? See if there are any refining skills in it. What? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was a little disappointed. When he heard the little dragon's words, he thought that it would give him a very good refining skill. He didn't expect that he would have to find it himself in the end. However, thinking about it, he didn't have anything now. He didn't have a chance to draw a prize. He didn't even have redemption points or reputation points. It was impossible to buy anything. Moreover, Lin Rei remembered that he seemed to owe the little dragon a lot of things. There was no other way. Listening to the little dragon's words, it was impossible to help. Therefore, Lin Rei could only rearrange his memories to see if the yellow dragon immortal had left behind any refining skills. His memories were rediscovered bit by bit. Suddenly, Lin Rei's eyes were wet. At the same time, he missed those days very much, especially the time when Red Lotus was around. Sigh. I don't know if you're doing well now. Back then, you left without saying a word. Maybe you're still in the cultivation world now. Maybe we're really not fated. I asked you to find a refining skill. What are you doing? You're thinking about women. I really want to kill you with a hammer. In an instant, the little dragon's unreasonable voice pulled Lin Rei back from his memories. The tears in his eyes, and his state of mind. Suddenly, a technique manual that Linley was looking for appeared in Linley's mind. Refining true to life? Looking at this book, Linley found all the information he could find regarding the true insight of refining. Immediately, a happy smile appeared on Linley's face. The true scripture of blacksmithing was a heaven-grade blacksmithing cultivation method. If one wanted to master it further, they would have to find a more powerful cultivation method. Otherwise, they would have to stop here. Who would have thought that Reverend Huang Long was such a good person? He had actually hidden such a good thing in his own body that he had never seen before. What a fool. If the yellow dragon immortal heard Lin Rei's words at this time, he would definitely say, I'm innocent. He had helped a lot of people with this skill, but those people said it was useless. However, it was a pity that the yellow dragon immortal had taken the blame. Alright, since you found a refining technique, hurry up and learn it. However, you have to remember, although this thing isn't anything good, just put up with it for now. Dong, once you complete the task, you'll have it. Oh, by the way, you've cultivated the second level of the Chaos Scripture to the extreme. If you want to break through to the Immortal Emperor realm, hurry up and complete it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have dared to fight for it for you, right? The little dragon's words made Lin Rei want to laugh, but he didn't know how to laugh. Lin Rei said that it was for his own good, but Lin Rei knew that Xie Qiaying was on his side. Therefore, he could only accept it. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. Refining true to life has been discovered. Do you want to learn it? I'm asking you. Why is it like this? Listening to the system's voice, Lin Rei was a little confused. In the past, there was no such good thing. In the end, Lin Rei had to accumulate experience bit by bit. But now, what was going on? Okay. Learn it. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for activating refining skill. Ding dong, learning true to life has begun. Please wait for a moment. Just like this, while Lin Rei was completely confused, the system began to learn by itself. No, that's not right, little dragon, what's going on? I don't remember it operating like this before. At this time, Lin Rei, who really didn't understand, could only ask the little dragon because he believed that all of this could only be explained by the little dragon. You don't have to be surprised. This is a new function unlocked after the system was upgraded. Therefore, refining equipment is a piece of cake for you. What? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was completely shocked. From the beginning to the end, he didn't know that the system could be upgraded. What's going on? Why can the system be upgraded? Why haven't I heard you mention it before? Lin Rei had never heard of these things mentioned by the little dragon. Therefore, Lin Rei was very interested in this. At this time, the little dragon had already appeared in front of Lin Rei. Moreover, its appearance had also returned to normal and was no longer as old as before. However, Lin Rei didn't have the time to look at this at all. At this moment, he only wanted to know what was going on. Hee, let me tell you this. The system can be upgraded and there are 7 levels. Every time it is upgraded, the things that you have used and closed before will be refreshed. Perhaps you can understand it as an upgrade, and the number of times it can be used has increased. Damn it. Listening to the little dragon's explanation of the system, Lin Rei became more and more excited, especially when he heard that the previously sealed nostrils of the system could be used again. How could Lin Rei not be happy? The system is now at the 2nd level. This is very good news for you. However, I can only say that it's really too slow. If it wasn't for the system continuously devouring the chi of immortals in the past 100 years, it might never be able to break through the next level with such a high-grade gas. At this point, Lin Rei's face was slightly flushed with embarrassment. He understood that the little dragon was saying that he wasn't motivated enough. However, at this moment, Lin Rei really didn't mind. He only wanted to know how the functions would be adjusted since the system was upgraded. Yes, I know. In the future, I will definitely find higher grade spiritual energy to upgrade the system. That should be enough, right? First, tell me what changes the system has undergone. Right. It's like this. Xiaolong had never tried to hide anything from Linley, nor had he tried to hide anything from him. It's mainly the changes in the various sub-professions. You don't have to cultivate out of thin air and transfer the experience points. It can determine the experience points according to the various things you refine each time, and then according to the quality of the quality. So, you will be busy in the future. Lin Rei wasn't afraid of what the little dragon said. As for being able to break through the realm, Lin Rei was already very happy. Okay, I understand. However, you said before that I can still draw a warlord. Are you telling the truth? Finally, Linley asked the question he wanted to ask. At this moment, Xiaolong began to laugh. His laughter was very loud. Yes, you can. However, you don't have the opportunity to draw a warlord now. What's more, it's not a warlord now. What's more, the one you draw can be 1 level higher than the person who drew it. Moreover, whether it's a celestial prime or not, even the celestial world has no ability to regulate this. Crazy. After hearing the little dragon talk about the new warlord system, Lin Rei shouted in his heart. He was very happy. This was what he wanted. However, it was still too uncertain for him now. Lin Rei was very satisfied that the system didn't prompt him to upgrade this time. At the same time, Lin Rei was very curious and looking forward to the system's next upgrade. Okay, now that I've told you about the system's upgrade, what you should do now is to complete the mission. Also, hurry up and draw the chaos scripture and the refining method. As for drawing characters, we'll talk about it later. Well, you're right. Listening to the little dragon, Lin Rei felt that it was very right. If he had known earlier, although he didn't know when he would be able to break through to the Celestial Emperor realm, there was no guarantee that something unexpected would happen. Well, in that case, I'll take a rest first. Remember, if you want to upgrade the system again, you have to find some high-grade spiritual chi. Only then will it be more useful for the system's breakthrough. After saying that, the little dragon disappeared from Lin Rei's eyes and returned to the system. Lin Rei was alone in the Bell of Heaven and Earth in a daze. At this moment, Lin Rei still needed some time to process what the little dragon had said. The amount of information he had received today was too much. For a moment, he was dumbfounded. However, at the same time, he was very happy and could even be said to be excited. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for learning the crafting truth. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for becoming a common level equipment refiner. I hope the host will continue to work hard. Suddenly, the system's voice came, bringing Lin Rei back to reality from the little dragon's words. I didn't expect to become a equipment refiner so easily. However, common level? It seems to be the lowest level, Lin Rei still knew about the division of grades. The grades of equipment refiners were divided into common level, yellow level, black level, earth level, heaven level, king level, emperor level, zone level, supreme level, saint level, god level, and supreme hongmeng. The common level was just the lowest level. In fact, Lin Rei didn't care about this at all. After Lin Rei's Dao system changed, Lin Rei knew that this was a cheat artifact. With this in hand, what was there to be afraid of? You're tuning into the Biyao's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.